Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Tottenham Hotspur podcast. Man United pod meets the Talking That Tottenham Talk pod, where we discuss all things Manchester United, all things Spurs, and both sides through to the Europa League semi-final stage. Let me repeat that. Both sides through to the Europa League semi-final stage. Manchester United going through in absolute crazy fashion. The limbs in the Old Trafford Stadium, absolute pandemonium as Manchester United go through 7-6 on aggregate, 5-4 on the night after being 4-2 down to Lyon, after going 2-0 up. Crazy. It was word to Tony, man. The stars are aligning. Well, the stars definitely aligned for Manchester United yesterday, so I'm sure vast majority of the conversation will be about that. But also, let's not go under the radar. Spurs getting past Frankfurt in Germany, by the way. When they 1-0, they're through to the semi-final as well. So you got to give them their props, the players their props, the manager their props, because they've been under major scrutiny. And I think the vast majority of football fans and the footballing world, I should say, thought Spurs were going out in Germany. So they're through to the semi-finals. Before I bring in the Spurs panelists, make sure, as always, you hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, please hit the like button on the video. Please make sure you share this out across all the socials at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless on Twitter, Instagram, retweet and like at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. Just as important, road to 15,000 subscribers here on the channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. Get your questions in as well, people. Please just keep on Manchester United or Tottenham Hotspur related. Let me bring in my G's. Jez is in the building. De Niro's in the building. What you man telling me, man? You man good?
Damn,
yeah, man, I'm good, man.
Blessings. I was expecting more excitement, man, considering you man went through. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. I just saw like
Stop doing
that.
yo.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing what?
I literally saw like always.
I said stop doing that.
Well, you saying that like you saying that like we supposed to sound like yesterday. If you did the pod after the game, maybe I'm more excited. But I'm just another day, man. You know, in the words of Kobe, man. What's there to be happy about?
Hey, listen. Everybody in the chat, everybody watching back, look at the name of Flawless's. Look at the name. That's me, Flawless - Sarcasm City TV. I just want you to take that in. That's all I'm gonna say. Just take that in, and then go rewind back, and then listen to what he just said, and then tell me if I'm wrong. Thank you.
Yo, you that's a joke. I thought you would have been your semi-final. It's like every day you reach the semi-final.
Should I play the clip? Hold on, I'm playing the clip. One sec. I'm literally playing the clip, man.
Read the clip, fam. Read the clip.
That's the story. Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or still to be happy about? You're up too long. Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so. You're up too long.
No, Kobe in the RIP Kobe, man. He said the best, man.
RIP Kobe.
RIP Kobe, man.
All right. So let's get there. We'll start with you, Jez. Frankfurt 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1. You go through 2-1 on aggregate, facing Bodo Glimt in the semi-final. But thoughts on the second leg? Your victorious win in Germany.
I don't think the performance was actually that good, to be honest. But it didn't really matter. It was about just going through. And I mean, you see it with most teams, like they don't necessarily perform well away from a European tie, especially Frankfurt. Because we literally spoke about it last week, how a big issue with Tottenham usually is that going away, Tottenham most of the time struggle, especially under Ange this season. So I mean, you literally said in your intro that most people had us expecting losing this game. I mean, I think I predicted a loss. I think Daniel predicted a loss. I think even Jacob predicted a loss as well. So, and we were literally talking about how we should have taken more opportunities in the first leg and make sure we come into this game with a better lead. But hey, they get the penalty. Keeper playing with foolish games, and we get the penalty, and then obviously, Solanke, man, like unlike the other guy in North London, we actually make sure we score our penalty goal. But yeah, then to be honest, like in second half, I don't think Frankfurt was good in the first half. It's kind of crazy to say because I spoke to one of my German friends because I asked him, "Yo, what's like with Frankfurt? How come? What do you think? Why the game wasn't that good?" And he felt like Götze getting injured in the first half impacted them not being good in the first half because it's kind of crazy because I thought in 2025 him playing through Götze is crazy, insane.
That's true.
But he's been one of the better players, which is also true when I watched the Bundesliga. So I think that's why they were struggling in the first half. But then even then, I felt like we contained them at times well enough. But then in the second half, they were trying to get them going. Chances were coming in, and then at some point, attackers coming off the defenders. We starting to be sitting back, and it's funny because I think most person was thinking, "Yo, we are sitting back in the actual game," which you don't hear a lot from an Ange team, even from people who don't support Spurs but have covered Ange before Tottenham. Even said like we don't never see this guy sitting back in games. So he knows like in a video game when you like on 1 HP.
Yeah.
That's probably Ange right there. Like literally, if he would have gone on yesterday, we talking about today him being given the P45.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
go with Ryan Mason until the end of the season and all that year. But hey man, I can only give I can well I want to win this thing, bro. I said at the start of the competition, bro, like I said at the start of the competition, before even everybody understood like what teams are in the competition, I said, yo, based on the teams that I think are in the competition, I think Tottenham can go and win it. I don't think Tottenham are the favourites, but Tottenham can go win it if they get in the favourable draw. And I don't think the quality of the competition is necessarily a major. I think certain teams have certain quality in their teams, but I don't think the teams as a whole and tactically are like that amazing to the point where I think we should be scared about. Maybe Bilbao, as the season progressed, probably changed more narratives. But now I think in the situation where we are right now, where we have to play Bodo Glimt instead of Lazio, second leg is going to be in Norway. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. They're a weird team. Because one time I see them be able to perform really well, and the next time they play like ass. So I'm not necessarily going to take them lightly, but I do expect us to go in. I do expect us to go through the tie. I don't know if it's going to be a situation where we draw one leg, then win the other one, or whatever happens. But the expectation is, whatever happens, I want us to see either Bilbao or Manchester United in the final, and whatever happens in the final happens. But right now, all eyes should be on the final because I don't want to have a situation where people are already thinking that we're already in the final. Because the last time I was this happy about a knockout stage European tie was Dynamo Zagreb, and we went up 3-0 at the Tottenham Stadium, and we saw what happened fucking in Zagreb. That was the last time. Like it gave me major deja vu. Everybody asking for Bodo Klimt. Everybody got Bodo Klimt, and then we gonna get fucking Zagreb again by some random dude that nobody knows. They have some. The funny part, there's players that I recognize in this team, but I think they have 3 of them suspended. So in the first leg,
all right, it's advantage Spurs.
I mean, it's advantage Spurs anyways. We should beat them anyways. But I don't want a situation of overconfidence because I feel like every time when Spurs is on some overconfidence shit, this is where we're vulnerable the most. I even said like, I don't want us to win this first leg like 3-4-0 because I don't want false security creeping into this team thinking we already through to the final, and then the second leg they just go and fumble it. So like even like if it's like a low key 2-0, bring it back to Norway, good lead, but it's also not a massive lead. You can easily fumble that. So I want to have it like that, man. I mean, as you saw my tweet that I sent in the group chat early in the afternoon, man. It's it's a Bodo Klimt, Notre Dame, USA, Tottenham 5, baby.
I hear you on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Inaki Williams, Nico Williams, Pharrell Williams, Serena Williams, United in 5. But go on, as you will.
But yeah, this generally. Like for shit, like if there's like a United Tottenham final, I have to come up with something with United, like Man United, Men Divided, Manchester United.
Spurs in 5.
I'll say Tottenham, but honestly, just happy to be in the semi-final because the season would have been over if we wouldn't have won. And yeah, just really that's what it is, to be honest.
That's fair. That's fair. Yo, De Niro, what are you telling me, man? No, I know
No,
you would have caught the
congratulations.
highlights if you didn't watch the full game, but talk to us, man. Thoughts on
Yeah,
getting through to the
yeah.
semi final.
Nah, man, watched the highlights though. Apologies for any background as well, sorry.
Oh, good
But
fam.
yeah, I
No
watched the highlights. I'm not gonna lie, you know me, man, don't watch the game. I walked through my living room, looked at the TV. I said, "Yeah, Dad, you're on your own. You do your thing, innit?" You understand? And then just walked up the stairs, bro. You understand? But nah, man. Obviously, it's good. I'm not one of them people that obviously everything is negative, negative. If we win a game and it puts us in the semi-final, man's gonna be at least happy about it. You understand?
Absolutely.
So yeah, man, it's good to see that the team's in the semi-final. It's good to see that at least it's not just them man down the road that are doing their thing and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we're in that semi-final. I expect us to win this tournament. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie to you. I'm not shook of United. I'm not shook of Bodo Glimt, and I'm not shook of Atletico either.
Mhm.
So, like I say, I'm just bringing my serious head today and say like pause. But yeah, my thing is that I think we should go ahead and win this tournament. I'll be real. Like, I don't see any team that should phase us. So that's all I'm looking for, bro. Just to win the tournament. And yeah, man, we played well. I see the defensive side. Don't get twisted. I think is it Christensen had a few chances. Maybe if that's a better player, the game changes a bit. But yeah, man, like I say, it's good that we got to win a great defensive performance. But my problem is that defensive performance that
Go on.
we produced there, that could have been a defensive performance that could have been produced many times this season that wasn't produced. You understand? That
Got you.
game management,
I
which is
fully
what. Say that again, sir.
I said I fully hear what you're saying. Go on,
Yeah,
go on.
man.
Carry
That
on.
that that game management that I've been asking for on multiple shows, every time I've come on a show or online, the game management is what I've been asking for, and we literally showed that we can do the game management yesterday. So the fact that we can do that and we're only just doing it now is a bit of a well, not a bit of a disappointment, a very big disappointment because it shows that it's possible. But it shows in there that I believe the manager there's a problem in his game management because the decisions that he made yesterday to get through that game are decisions that he doesn't normally make. Whereas he put an extra defender on that I've seen. He put on a midfielder who's a bit more defensive rather than attacking as well, and
Got you.
so it goes to show that you could have done this all season, but it shows that you were stuck in a mentality where you were just trying to produce attack, 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 and basically base it on yeah, goals will win us the game. But like I say, he put the team in a predicament where yeah, we do create a lot of chances, but he needs to remember the players that he's managing. You understand? You're not managing Lionel Messi and these type of players, but you're managing Brennan
Top
Johnson.
quality players.
Yeah. So when we're 3-0 up or 2-0 up, the best thing is to do is to just, you know what I'm saying, see out the game rather than just attack, 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 attack. You understand? So yeah, man, like I say, it's good to be in a semi-final. And I expect us to win it. If we don't win it, I can't lie. Yeah, that manager, he doesn't want to butt me at the end of the season, and but you know what I'm saying. Like I say, we should win it, and yeah, man, I was happy with what I saw. Romero actually showing that he doesn't just work for Argentina, that he works for Tottenham as well. And yeah, bro, that's it. We saw a lineup that actually produced something. James Madison decided to reappear again. And yeah, man, I think, like I say, it's good to see the bench as well. There's a lot of players that are back that I believe that can help us as well. So it's like a full squad. So yeah, let's see what happens in it. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, man was happy with that performance, like I say. And that's the performances that we should be producing in the Premier League, bro. Because let's not forget, bro, where we're sitting in the league. So yeah, man.
That's fair enough. Big up to Eddie in the chat as well, bro. Nephew in the chat. Jacob catch you shortly. He says, I don't know what I missed, but we're so back. All right. Big up to Hano as well. And H says, big up, man. Them De Niro trophy on the way. Maybe Sheik was right. What was Sheik saying? Was Sheik saying you lot got the trophy in the bag?
Don't listen to H, man. Don't listen to H. Everybody, I
What?
just want you man to know. Everybody, I just want you man to know in it. Obviously, H is my brother and that, but you know what I'm saying. He just ignore him for today, and you
Yo,
understand?
what
Then
happened?
what?
What did I miss? What did Sheik say that I missed? What's going on?
She was saying some nonsense about basically he was trying to do the Arsenal thing, the Tony Claude thing, and the stars are aligning and all that nonsense. The man's not on that, bro. There's no stars
Like,
aligning.
they want my guy to be OT. It's just for Brandon. They want my
Bro,
guy to do Tony Claude just for Brandon clipping up, man.
bro,
Oh,
you
when
see
you
me?
say stars are aligning and things of that
I'm
nature.
M. De Niro, bro. There's no Tony Claude business around here, bro. We don't do them things there, cuz. But what I will say is that if we win the Europa League, if we win the Europa League, yeah, just know for a fact that it's dark for you, Arsenal fans. If we win the Europa League and you don't win the champs, I'm shameless. Don't want to back me, bro. Trust me.
Bro, yo, it's funny because like it's funny because but I'm obviously in future been getting crucified and all these type of things in this life, and even the Arsenal man that I know, like yeah, they even know that like, yo, we can't have us winning the Europa League, them not winning the champs because they don't win the league, they might even lose the league this weekend, depending on results.
Yeah, we know they ain't
So
winning.
them on no Champions League or nothing. And like I've seen guys like sweating because I've seen guys like the Arsenal fans are funny because one day they say they don't care about Tottenham, but then they were praying on Lazio beating Bodo Club. So it's kind of like I'm kind of asking the question that what it is like. Do you guys care about us or do you guys not care about us? And it's like one of them ones, but I'll be so real. I'm so real. Like, bro, I'll be honest. I'm not even gonna act like the season ever happened. If we somehow win the Europa League, like, I just act like yo, Europa League champions, and my team happens to be in the Champions League next season. That I would remember because I was thinking and somebody asked me the question like, yo, like would I still suck the manager even if we win the Europa League? And I said it's probably the best solution to do. It's probably the best case scenario, in my opinion, this season, where he wins us the Europa League.
Wins you the trophy.
His quote about saying I always win my second season comes somehow true after this season that we had. And then he can just leave by saying, I won the trophy, I won the Europa League with Tottenham. Nice. And we go ahead and look for a new manager and trying to restart the team because obviously, I feel like because what you don't want to have situations what happened with Ten Hag United where like you won the FA Cup, but you kind of know that there's already. But actually, it's different because all fans actually don't like the manager. Like at least United fans at the stadium still liked Ten Hag. But so it's even more like it's already a toxic situation. And the fact that everything's relying on the Europa League kind of indicates for me that it's better if we do win the Europa League, that he can just go. He can somehow salvage his CV or his status in the game with saying, "Yo, I won this, and I left." So I understood what the situation was. And we Tottenham fans can celebrate about winning the Europa League, be in the Champions League, and look for a new manager. And that's what I would do. In it, but obviously, first and foremost, before you even talk about winning the competition, you just have to get through Bodo Klimt first, man. Because, like I said, man, it would be so Tottenham to go.
Surely you get past Bodo Glint.
I think we should.
Said he's confident. Go
on. We should. But I always say that it would be just like us to just all of the sudden just not show up versus Bodo Klimt 2 legs and just not to go through. But this expectation is still like, bro. I'll be honest. I want everybody's head on the stick, bro. Managers, coaches, players. Like, bro, everybody needs to leave the football club if you can't be Bodo Klimt. Like, I think they're the first Norwegian side in a European competition to ever make a semi-final.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah, like, bro, it doesn't say that even for them, they're massively overachieving.
Yes, absolutely.
They're massively overachieving, and it's weird because they've always been in this situation beforehand. It's not like they've never been in situations where they could get themselves here. So they're a team that always get to the quarterfinals, but it's usually where they usually go on. But this time around, obviously, penalty shootout is 50-50. Everybody can win a penalty shootout. So for me, it's kind of like I don't underestimate them. But I'm also in the same sense of like we have to get through, man. We just have to do it. And then we're in the final, and it's just a 1-game match. But winner takes it all type of situation versus Man United and Bilbao. Honestly, like it's just good to still have something to look forward to this season. Because, like, I'll be honest, like there would be no point of doing any Spurs talk for the rest of the season if we would have gone out yesterday. Like, because there's nothing to play for. We're not going to get relegated.
Yeah, so right.
Even Ipswich might get officially relegated depending on circumstances this weekend. Leicester are definitely going to get relegated because they're playing they're playing Liverpool on the weekend, so they're done. So literally what I'm saying. There's literally no point no more even speaking about Spurs in the Premier League these days because we're staying up. We're not going to get any higher in the in the competition. And yeah, like it is what it is, man. Like honestly, that's just what it is, man. I think the only thing I can say is I would like to see probably more of Odegaard playing over Johnson. Again, it's the same thing where I say like Johnson has like 11 Premier League goals and leads the team in scoring, but the 11 goals don't fool me, man. Unless it's good positioning like he does, like Sterling does, but for City. But outside of that, bro, that's nothing on the pitch, and I just feel like Odegaard just deserves the chance. Please don't play Bissouma because I feel like Bissouma in recent times, actually the whole season, I feel like when this guy is involved, we always concede goals. I don't know why. Bentancur, I give him credit, played well on these two legs, but I still got my eyes on this brother, man. I still got eyes on the brother because there's still a lot of question marks with some of these brothers, on the pitch, man. Like we always talk about the manager, but I also have to keep my eyes on these players because we can't forget what these dudes be also doing on a weekly basis. So, honestly, yeah. Hopefully we can continue play. Hopefully we can continue playing in green, man. Something about playing in green in European competitions, man. I don't know.
I hear that. And big up to Eddie. He says, call the ambulance, but not for me. Y'all ain't winning shit. So Eddie's clearly confident. Hey, Eddie, if you're about, I'll send you the link as well. He says, fuck them stars, your hopes and dreams. He says, United. Big up Fats in the cut as well. Shout out to Football Uncensored. Says, good way to spend my birthday is here with you lot. Our special community, always showing love, makes this platform special. Hey, Football Uncensored, happy birthday,
Happy birthday, man.
Hope you enjoy your day, man.
Happy birthday, man. But Eddie, sorry, go on, finish what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna say, hey, big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you wish at Football Uncensored a happy birthday. Go on, fam. Go on.
Oh yeah, but Eddie, listen, I can't lie. I haven't been in the sarcasm chat for a minute, yeah, but don't get tested in it. Eddie, listen, you've been ducking, bro. That's why I clocked it, bro. I clocked Eddie's thing, he's a bit shook, because when I used to put his name in the chat and that, you don't want to answer, man, bro. I deeped it, I realized that. I'll say, right, Eddie's trying to air, man, yeah, you're scared. It's all right, though, Eddie, man. I just wanted to address that. So before, Eddie, I rate you, but before you start talking in the chat and doing this chatter, just remember, I answer when you chat. You don't answer when I chat. So just remember that, innit? That's all I've been waiting to say that, but I had to let Jez just land so that I could just let you know, innit? Obviously, you're my brother, but you know what I'm saying? Man keeps the facts, the receipts, because man's taking the screenshots when I've put it in the chat. Man didn't answer. You understand? So it's there. But I just had to, because normally, no, it is. I'm a peaceful guy, but the fact you just came, just didn't doing all that chatting there, bro. I can't have it, bro. It's impossible, man. Just remember that, Eddie. Yeah. Just remember when man addresses you, I expect to start hearing some responses back. You understand? I don't care whether United are losing or winning. Man, I need to see some responses back because you see me, I'm the narrow response to everyone. You understand? Yeah. but yeah, man. On that hand as well. I'm obviously happy birthday to the brother that is his
Football
birthday as
Uncensored,
well.
yeah. 1 second.
I think
Here we go.
yeah, man. Big up to yourself, man. I hope you're staying blessed, man, and God bless you. But at least you're not a Spurs fan, bro. That's the best thing, bro. You understand? So I'll put that out there as well. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, good,
Just
man.
had to put that out there, man.
Oh, good. No stress. Hey, Eddie, like I said, if you're about, I'll send you the link.
Well, all I have to say to Eddie, man, is Paul, Man United, Man divided, Manchester United, Bilbao in 5. Oh,
Man got natural. Man got natural.
It will actually be hilarious because obviously you're probably gonna talk about probably gonna talk about soon about your game versus Lyon and the multi, but it's actually it's actually hella funny because obviously our game full time. I'm happy as hell. I didn't watch none of the Man United game until like I see it's 2-2 all of this. I knew it was 2-0 at halftime. I thought it was over. I didn't thought that Lyon comes back. Then I see it's 2-2. Then I watched the first half of the extra time, and then the second half I had to go and help my dad and just actually see Manu in the 120th minute and McQuarrie in the 121st minute. I'm like, yo, what? I missed the limbs, bro. I missed the limbs. So Nah, I've watched the highlights, but that was a crazy game. So
Yeah, it was crazy. It really was. And I will get to United. Don't worry, Warrior J. I'll start that question that you just asked me about the game. You lot continue to get your questions in, just keep
actually,
them
there was one
United or
thing I want to say
Spurs
as well.
related. Yeah, go on, just get to it. Go on.
Three nights of European football and nobody cared about Chelsea, man. What a fucking week, man. I just had to put it out there.
Hey, Chelsea, hold that, man. Hold that. I'm with you. Fuck Chelsea. I'm with you on that one, fam. I'm with you.
Oh, Chelsea lost. Chelsea lost to some Blambers and nobody cared. Man.
My Cole Palmer take, my
Go
Cole
on.
Palmer take is coming to fruition.
What's your
If you
call,
want
Palmer?
to,
Take. Go on.
I told guys to calm down. I told you lot. One season, yeah, man did his thing. Second season, I said, let man just be the youngster that he is and let him ball, bro. You man were doing all this chattings about my man is better than this guy and that guy and XYZ, and he's already proved he's better than them. And now look, bro, the guy's missing, bro. You understand? And I said this, bro. I said, listen, young players, bro, they're gonna have patches. I said when he was playing that first season, bro, that's a breakout season. And of course, if you're a player that's good enough and you get given free roam by your manager, you're gonna do a good job, bro. It's gonna look good. Now, teams have sussed out how he plays. People can tell me no, they can say no, that's not the reason why. That's trust me. A lot of players who this happens to, teams suss out how you play. They realize you're the key player, see if they can shut you down. But you know what makes his one even worse? Is the fact that I don't even think it's just teams sussing him out. I think he still even creates opportunities. But when he gets given the opportunity himself, he hasn't been providing. He hasn't been producing, sorry. So I feel like that's what makes it a bit worse. It's different if you're getting your opportunities in front of goal and you're producing, but he's not been producing in front of goal. You understand? But he's still creating. But like I say, everybody gets onto Odegaard, but Odegaard still creates, and Arsenal don't score. But apparently Odegaard's dead. You understand that? So it's the same thing, no? Everybody says that Odegaard's dead, but he creates. If you go and look at Arsenal's um what's it called, stats on
Great
thing.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like my man creates, bro, but it's just that man don't put finishes away. So it's the same for Palmer. So if we're gonna give that energy to Odegaard, we can give the same energy for Palmer, innit? You understand? Because I know what Chelsea fans' responses would be is that, oh yeah, what's it called? He creates and he does this and blah blah blah. But bro, like I say, he's not producing the goods. Same with Sancho, bro. Like obviously, man can perform against them dead teams, like the team we played against yesterday. But bro, I told man about Sancho as well, bro. All this stuff that man says is coming to fruition because man don't look at ball at just, oh yeah, my man nutmeg two players. That means he's a baller, bro. Like, come on, man. Be serious. Do you get like this is what I'm saying? Like Brennan Johnson is producing more goods than Jaden Sancho, bro. That's a sickness, bro. That's an absolute sickness, bro. And Brennan Johnson is dead. And I'm not saying Brennan Johnson is better than Sancho, but the point I'm trying to make is just because you have a high ceiling doesn't mean that you're going to be that guy. Hence why I showed that moving on to back to the subject of
Yeah, go on.
both our teams, yeah. It's hence why man always will rate Kobe Mano and them, yeah?
Go
Because
on.
people like Kobe Mano, and people like Kobe Mano, the way they perform, it may have a little bad patch because he's young and certain things of overplaying. But bro, like you see, the goal that he scored yesterday, man can't tell me that's just an easy goal to score.
No,
He placed
never,
that, bro. He
That
never.
was a
placed
banger.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, boy, he placed that. So that's what man's looking for. Like this is the thing. I look at football as who's gonna produce the goods when it's needed. You understand? Dominic Solanke, yeah, the penalty that he took yesterday, yeah, people will say, oh, it's just a penalty, it's easy to put away. Let me tell you why that penalty is even a different thing to put away. The first things first is that Matisse Tell tried to even take the penalty in the first place. That's already an off put. Because any little thing before taking a penalty is an off put. You understand? So Matisse Tell tried to take the penalty. The manager said, no, let Dom take it. Clearly, even then you can tell that, you know what I'm saying, like if you're the original penalty taker, obviously you want to take penalties, and even then you could say that the pressure was on because it didn't see him. If you want to take a penalty, you'll grab the ball. He didn't even grab the ball, but he produced the goods when the goods was needed. You understand? So that's what I look for, producing the goods when the goods was needed. Yesterday, I'll give every Spurs player there, big up Tony.
Big up
I'll
Tony
give
every
every,
time, man.
yeah,
Go on.
man.
great
I'll
point.
give every Spurs player their ratings, bro. Everybody was on the pitch, produced the goods that man wanted to see. You understand? It's the same for United, even though you should have just buried that game off anyways.
That's,
But
yeah.
like I say, when it was needed, regardless, football's football, innit? Like
Mhm.
it happened in the champs, you saw teams going back and forth with goals and comebacks and stuff. Like I say, United, certain players stepped up and produced the goods on that day, there were certain men who produced the goods that they're usually poor, But if they produce the goods on the day, no one's gonna think about when you were poor. Man are just gonna think about what you did on the day. You understand? So that's all I look for in football. Because if you're telling me, yeah, I'm just here to watch good football and that's it, bro, you're not. Then you may as well stop watching football, bro. Go and watch something else. Because the whole reason we're all here, we can all agree, is we're here for trophies, bro. You understand?
Yes.
So, like I
Yes,
say,
sir.
man's here to see man produce goods, and that's why I can diss Tottenham and say Tottenham are dead and whatever, but we produce the goods, and that's what man asked for. You understand? So, like I say, Chelsea fans, you understand? I don't really send shots at you, man, but you man can hold that with all of that Jadon Sancho business and all of that
Oh,
nonsense. You get me,
oh,
bro? Just this is it.
oh. I don't know if you was around the summer, bro. But these obviously, man, like obviously Chelsea was gonna probably take this in offense, bro. But these man were killing me in the chat just because I was saying I don't rate Chelsea's attack because everybody was going crazy about it in the summer, and I said based off what like there's a bunch of rejects, guys, who are left-footed, so they're through other people, and the striker that is at anything good but actually score. So it's kind of like. So it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because ironically, this is the only part about it. Obviously, the defense is obviously cost them as well, but it's the attack. Ironically, that's costing them currently top 4, top 5 in it. But it's not a Chelsea, show. So I'm not gonna try. I just had to put it out there earlier. Just a little message out there, like oh, like you 3 European nights. Nobody cared about Chelsea, man. Like see, that's why nobody cares about the Conference League. But yeah, man. Big up Jacob, man. Big
I
up.
wanted to
Big up
even say.
Jacob in the Yeah,
Sorry,
go on,
man.
Danilo.
I was even gonna say, yeah, if Tottenham win the Europa League, yeah, I can't lie. Everybody has to go onto United Spurs of America and just write, I apologize, Jacob. And even me, I have to go there and say, I apologize, Jacob. And as well, you say, I apologize, Jacob. And even though, regardless of if he wins, I'm still on sack man. But I just thought I'll put that disclaimer there. I apologize, Jacob. And if we win the Europa League.
That's fair. Yo, Jacob, what you saying, man? You good first and foremost?
First and foremost, I would say yes, I am good.
Yes.
And also
I
no
just
need
want to
to
say
apologize to
that top is
me.
fire as well. Just want to say that top is fire.
Oh
I like
yeah,
that.
just
That's the
that
goalkeeper
Guglielmo
keep, right?
Vicario didn't let me down finally, motherfucker.
That is
Damn.
fire. That's fire. That purple. That's fire. So
So
go
I
on,
thought
carry
I'd
on.
wear a little.
I just wish our actual kids sometimes look as good.
Well, it's nice. But go on, Jacob. Carry on.
I technically whenever I was you know, I actually what I'm gonna say, it sounded a little, I said it like 2 seconds before I actually said it, but I said it in my head and I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna say that. But this one's for De Niro because I bought this on DH Gate and he said that this is still supporting Daniel Levy somehow. But
Oh, hey,
this
sometimes
one's
you
for
got
you.
some.
This one's for my man De
Well,
Niro.
sometimes you got to be in the payroll, man. Fuck it.
Hey, no, I wish I was. I got kids to feed. I don't give a damn.
I hear you, man.
I don't give a
I hear you,
damn.
man. They can get me on the
Send me the
payroll like
script.
United
Send me the
Olympics.
check. We good.
That's it.
I'll say whatever you need me to say,
Hey,
sir.
you would call him the bull-headed demon.
I start editing those weird TikTok videos where he's like,
Yeah,
got the mute chin, you know what I'm talking about? Or he's got like the defined features.
That's a bald-headed demon. But yeah, thoughts on the game, Jacob, and thoughts on getting through to the semi-final.
I mean, there's thoughts, there's feelings, there's opinions, there's things people say, you know. Just sometimes in the midst of everything being so over, you find yourself with an invincible "we're so back like we never left."
You know what? I don't even know what that phrase means, yo. What do we...
No, so it's pretty much. In other words, just all it means is you know when you play a Premier League football game.
It's that Tony Sopranos.
In the midst of it's so over, I found there was within me an invincible we're so back. What?
Well, like all it means
It's
here.
the Sopranos.
We see the Premier League matches that Tottenham play, and it's like, yo, it's so over, season done. And then when the Europa League arrives, we win out of nowhere. We are so fucking back. The football club is back. I see that, but that be crying, man. Because that's been all season like that. But I like Jacob continue.
Yeah, Jacob, man, floor is yours. Give us the thoughts, feelings, opinions, everything, man. On the whole nine. Let's say what you gotta say.
This is, you know, I love the Lord for how much time He does afford me in this beautiful life that I've been living. But then I also feel like, Lord, why couldn't you double the amount of time in a day so I could fully speak on what needs to be said? But hey, I'll try to do it as succinctly and quickly as possible within the allotted time. What I thought about the match was, it's like 4th of July, and you got mans on the grill, you got some hamburgers, you got some glizzies, and it's just going down. It's freedom.
Hey, yo! I said we got some glitzies.
This guy, man.
This guy is crazy. Yo.
But instead of glizzies, we out here in Frankfurt with the damn bratwurst. You know what I'm talking about? The schnitzel. We out here with the shits. You know what I'm saying? We pulled up hungry with appetite. Feed me. I'm hungry. Feed me.
Go on, carry on, Jacob. Carry on.
I thought I was. I used to make fun of Lederhosen, but it turns out that it's actually quite comfortable because I went there and I stole everybody's shit and I'm wearing it now.
Let's go.
I was not confident, honestly, going into the match away from home. Felt like our ability to crumble away from home was even easier than our ability to crumble in front of our own home fans. And we didn't. And that was fun. It was weird. I really felt like actually the first 20 minutes or so, I thought that Frankfurt would try to, come at us a little bit more, and they did not. And it almost seemed like, okay, you're going to let us play. Well, then let's see what we could do. And that's kind of how the thing started happening. And I thought the referee was atrocious. I thought the players were somewhat decent. It's unfortunate that only a penalty was able to get us through there. But I thought Matthias Tell showed us a lot of good things that, maybe helped change people's opinion on him because the sample size thus far hadn't been the greatest. What else? I'm just kind of spitballing off of what I can remember. Destiny, I thought that was one of his best games of the year. James Madison, a guy who I'm pretty harsh and not too friendly to Mr. 33%. But guess what? That 33% stood out yesterday.
Why do you call him Mr. 33%?
Well, technically, I can't take credit for that. That's Leicester fans. They call him Mr. 33% because they say he plays really, really well for 33% of the time. And then another 33%, he's injured, and the other 33%, he's just shit. So he put his body on the line. He played a big man's game. And something that I've been very harsh on him is for being a little bitch, and he was not. And you know what? I'll be honest, though, as a goalkeeper, that's the shit I used to do. That's why they try to take that out the game, man, and they took Jacob out the game.
Are you telling me it's not a penalty? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying run up, get done up is kind of the way I've always treated the box. And when I've got some little white British dude thinking he could trot up in here with his Earl Grey, fuck no, get bodied.
This guy's crazy, yo.
And so
where did they make you? Yo, what is going on?
What?
Show
they don't make goalkeepers like other people. I'll just tell you that. It's a special kind of person that played goalkeeper.
Shout out to your parents, your wife, dealing with you on a daily basis for years must be an absolute, just a sitcom every day. You just never know what you're gonna get. Sorry, go on. I never thought I'd hear Earl Grey's reference when we're talking about football, or get run up or get run up or get done up, which is actually fine. But go on, carry on.
Bro, it's literally imagine that, but then I go to indoor league when I get a little bit older and kind of like out of school, you know what I mean? I'm like, you pay to play kind of leagues because it's like no one want to pay you to play because you're not that guy. And they do it indoors, so it's all more confined. Oh, I treated that box like I was a linebacker in the NFL. I wasn't even going for the ball. I'll be honest. My mindset wasn't on the ball. It was on the humans in my box because it's my box. And, I felt like as a goalkeeper, he did it again to Dominic Solanke, and they didn't give him shit for that one. So he did it twice, and, they let him get away with one of them. So I felt like that was a little justice for the keeper union. But also, if you're going to call one as a penalty, I think the other one was just as bad too, because
Jacob, did you know the keeper did just AC off the game?
Well, sometimes you go hard in the paint, and that's a result of it.
I
hurt myself in warm-ups. So
again, back to the original question. Your thoughts on the game?
You speaking about the game?
Yeah, the penalty. You know, Dominic Slanky got the same treatment James Madison did, but they ain't talking nicely to him. I wonder why.
Anyone stand out for you in the
Melanin?
game? Anyone stand out for you in the Tottenham shirt? Best
Lucas
performance.
Bergvall, I thought was really composed. Christian Romero.
Probably Adobe.
Destiny,
Adobe,
yeah, he was
yeah,
another
you
one.
did mention Adobe.
Matthias Tell was another one that I mentioned. That stood out to me. He did have that one really weird fart shot. I don't know what it is. It's kind of me taking a shot in front of net. It looked like really clumsy, and he just kind of whiffed it. Brennan Johnson, I think it was, created a really good chance, crossed it to him, and he tried to first time it and just didn't time it right, I guess. And outside of that, though, he really started growing into the game, showing us some of what what I think he can offer. So that was nice to see from Tell. It's actually made a lot of people say Sonny shouldn't start when we play Bodo Glimt, which I didn't know. In professional sports, even teams in clubs, they have like the he him the she her thing. Bodo / Glimp. You know, you call me Bodo, you call me Glimp. But don't call me Bofo or Glint because that's not me. It's kind of cool, and it's
Bofo
woke,
is fire.
and it's
I can't lie. Bofo is fire. Is fire still.
yeah, Bofo's kind of
That's
cool.
fire. They should call themselves the top Bofos.
I just thought that was pretty. You know, I didn't know how many. What
Oh,
country
we
is
gotta
it in
play-
again? I think someone told me
Norway,
yesterday, but I
Norway,
forgot.
Norway.
Dusseldorf.
Norway.
That's
Oh.
Germany. That's where Dortmund is.
Dusseldorf, you know.
Harry Potter ass town. I don't know. Bodo Glimp, bro. They got pronouns. What am I? I don't know where they're at on a map.
Oh, we played two
carry
teams,
on as
bro.
well. Big up to Sunshine for the raid as well. Shout out to Sunshine.
Big up Sunshine.
Everyone joined over from the raid. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, share across all the socials, all that good stuff. But yeah, Bodo, this guy talking about you playing two teams. Bodo.
You know what's nice?
Go on. What's nice?
Hey, USA one time in the World Cup, we did have to play Trinidad and Tobago, and I thought that was just unfair.
I was trying to say, like, at least United's gonna play at least one football club. And
Yeah, bro. Let's play Trinidad or Tobago. Don't make me play them both.
Literally, like United don't even gonna play a team. United playing a team that don't even sign players on the transfer market.
Hey, we playing two teams. We're playing Athletic and we're playing Bilbao. Hey, that.
I mean, half of the team. Half of the team is a truck star team, though.
Yeah, and that's what we don't have. Run me some track stars. That's what we fucking need. Run me some track stars in my side. Because we just got hella marathon runners. That's what we got. Marathon runners and speed
I'll be
walkers.
honest. That shit yesterday with United and Lyon, that was a win because I heard. Well, I'm not going to go in that direction. Let me redirect. It's a very great win for sports.
Yes.
Because that was one of them shits where you're like, wow, this reminds me why I love this. Maybe it was just because I was already on a dopamine hit from getting through. Like when they blew that full-time whistle, like my kids were probably wondering what's wrong with daddy. He's squealing like a little piggy back there. But it was like, wee! I was going crazy. It was like a hoedown, not a hootenanny, if you know what I mean. And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
What either of those are, but carry on. I'm sure.
Well, you see, you got a hoedown, and then you got a hootenanny. They're slightly similar. Only one's in a more outdoor setting. One's in a more kind of like a backyard barn setting. Either way, there's both get down, hoedown with the music. There's always a banjo involved. Probably a pair of overalls in there as well. But in regards to the game, Bodo and Glimp, they can run up and get done up too, as far as I'm concerned.
You confident of getting past Bodo Glimp in the same time?
No, because Lazio hadn't lost in Europa this year until they met Bodo Glimp, and then they did. But some may say it was just that first leg. They got, I think it was like 2 or 3-0 on them in the first leg versus Lazio. But Lazio's logos always reminded me of a logo which just Google, WW2 1940 some. The medals and stuff they handed out just kind of oddly looks like that. So I've never wanted them to win. I never wanted to play them. And now we get Bodo Glimt, which you could argue that we've had the easier route, so to speak. Flawless, I know I did kind of I danced on it for a second, but then I skirted away because I didn't. You see how I did that? Yeah. But I don't really like the prospect of playing Bilbao in a final, or Manchester United with the heritage, and just we've beaten you 3 times. So of course the fourth time, and the most important of all the times, would be the one that we don't. And I just feel like we're setting ourselves up to get to like the Bachelor final, but then like the guy who doesn't win, who gets runner up, he has to watch them the first night they get to do it. That's what it's like. And I don't want to get second. I feel like we're setting ourselves up to get runner up on the Bachelor.
All right, cool. That's fair. That is very, very.
But hey, we still got to get past Bodo Glimt, which you know.
And you're not. And you said you're not confident. Is that more so because of because of what they did to Lazio and getting past them, which is a huge shock to most?
I'm just, my car usually doesn't start, but sometimes it does. And when I needed it to yesterday, at the most important time, it not only started, but the AC worked. And I was like, oh shit, this is nice. Do I think it's going to happen again? I don't know. I every time I've thought that the car's good, we can run it and AC and it's not going to break down. And then it's like, doesn't start, or no AC, or just AC with no engine actually working. So it's kind of a loose metaphor for, I don't really know what the fuck Tottenham are going to do. Because sometimes they run like a great car, sometimes they run like the hoopty.
So it's more so Bodo Glimt and what they did to Lazio, and also Spurs. You don't know what you're going to get. The second leg is over there as well. Are you concerned about that? The second leg being in Norway?
Yeah, because it looks like a winter wonderland, like a goddamn Santa Claus fucking wet dream, with all the photos I've been seeing on Twitter. So
Jesus Christ, man, this guy is crazy. United Spurs of America, ladies and gentlemen.
You saying that you ain't seen all those photos with the snow, and they're like, look at these little snow angels, and there's children laughing nearby. It's like a fucking candy canes and shit. Looks like a fucking Christmas card. Of course, I don't feel confident going there.
All right, first. Well, we're closer to the time. We will discuss it because it's not next week; it's the week after that these ties do indeed.
No, that's good. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you go to United thing, but
yeah, go on.
One thing I want to. No, I just want to say it's kind of. I was just saying, man. You know, we was talking about the mold, the mold in the team in the team last week.
I remember. Yes,
and you see, all something. I know the same. Son got injured, and yes, like he's dealing with a shoulder injury. You see, only didn't travel to Germany all of the sudden, and it only came out on the day when we flew to Frankfurt that son of all of a sudden is injured. I'm just saying, man. I said the most unlikeliest mole in the team could possibly hit. I might have just cooked, but who knows? Maybe he's back in the weekend. Who knows?
Yeah, this guy, you're a joke, man. Switching lanes from Spurs, and we'll get back to it again. Any questions you lot have? I'll start the better questions. Don't worry about that. Where else? Let me get to this. Where was it? Someone asked a question. Did I even start? It was a Warrior J.
I'll tell you right now, though, if we play like we played yesterday, there's not a motherfucker in this competition I'm afraid of. Okay. That's the thing.
Nero said the same thing.
I just feel like if we do that, which it was just no bitch assery. And what I mean by bitch assery, that when they started pressing us up high in the like 20th minute or so, when shit started heating up, is when you saw us do what we have failed to do before, which is be confident when there's some fucker pressing you. And to that degree, something I saw yesterday that I didn't see a whole lot of this season is the second and third passes. When you're under pressure and you're receiving it and you're like, okay, am I going to go first touch? Where am I going? You don't know who you're going to pass to, who's going to be open. And a lot of times we turn that ball over. In yesterday's, we were more comfortable just to boot it the fuck out of there. And to me, that's what I've been saying the whole time, is when you're worried and your back is to the opposition and they're applying that press in our own half when we're building out of the back, I think that in those moments, sometimes it's just better just boot it up the fucking pitch and let Dominic chase it, let Brennan chase it. Just let someone chase it rather than trying to play the most intricate pass like you're fucking Luka Modric. Like, don't worry about it. Just boot them off. And we were doing that because it seemed like we were very much like, we can't let them score. And the fact that we were playing with that it came off that way, that it looked like we were very adamant to not let them score, because whether we were with the ball or without the ball, we were very quick to say, if this isn't looking our way or we're about to turn it over, we would get rid of it. And there was a lot of chances we actually afforded in the last like 5 minutes to that fucking Winter Wonderland hairdo guy, Christensen. He kept fucking it up. He should have had a red as far as I'm concerned on the day. He was being a dirty little bastard. But yeah, man, I just think if we play like that, like some grown ass men, we could play anyone off the park, no matter where we're at. Frankfurt, they've only lost before that match. They'd only lost 4 times at that stadium that year in all comps.
Damn, really?
Now we are number 5, baby.
Now because
They can hold.
That's why I wasn't confident even going into this game because
they haven't been scoreless there like all year or some shit like that. Someone could fact check that, but it was something else. Like they haven't been held goalless at their own stadium and whatever. And so of course Tottenham would be the one that does that.
It's hilarious because like you saw literally pre-game you saw all the tifos, the players, and all that, and the fans trying to make it rowdy as hell like they usually do. So like all these things happened and we still did it, and obviously. What you also forgot to mention is that the manager also decided to go a bit defensive in the second half. But it had to come down in the later stages of the second half, bringing on, Neil said earlier, on. He bring on Danso, which I think is good to bring Danso, be able to bring Danso off the bench to help us see out games. Now I feel like
he had a couple of challenges too. I forgot about Danso.
No, he's a good defender. Like I like
him a lot too. Better than Dragusin's bitch ass. That's for sure.
Fucking hell, him. Oh my days. But that's the thing. Is ironically apart is that Fans would have probably been a bit more lenient towards his own style of play. Like you mentioned, how the team was fine, sometimes kicking it long, instead of having to always try and do what he was trying to do. Maybe this could have helped our season a lot more for all the competitions, but. Things have happened to him, but I think he knows himself like what's on the line for him this season. Like he might even still not be in the job after this season, but it would help him in terms of his reputation and status if he can help us win the Europa League and still leave us somehow at the end of the season. But or you could even stay. I don't know, but nah, like just do that. The team should stay locked in. For the Premier League matches, I'll be honest, I don't give a damn. I'm not even gonna give you a score floors because like I generally don't care no more.
Yeah, we
like,
don't care.
Give me
first semi-finals. Who cares?
Literally, like for me, it's like just rotate in the Premier League where like it's time to give out some debuts over this next couple of weeks. Man. Give out a couple of debuts, but still keep off the match fitness for some of these players. Because man, we're 3 games away from a trophy, man.
Oh, I was popping off on Twitter yesterday, Flawless. I don't know if you've seen it.
What was you popping up about on Twitter?
I said hotel chairs in the mud tonight. Hotel chairs in the mud tonight.
No more.
And you know what else I said? Just exactly what Ainge Postecoglou said. Unfortunately for a lot of you, and then I added hotel chairs. You're gonna have to put up with me for a little bit longer. Fucking yo, bitch. Hey, I'll pull it up there. Come on now. Ainge Postecoglou don't give a fuck, dog. Unfortunately for a lot of you bums, a lot of you bozos, you gotta put up with me for just a little bit longer.
I ain't gonna lie, hotel chairs is a hilarious slander. It's a hilarious slander name. Switching lanes from that. Hey, you lot, run up these likes, man. Subscribe to Jacob's channel, United Spurs of America. The link is in the title. Click the link, opens up a new tab. Over 50 of you lot in here. Let's get up to 50 likes. Let's hit that subscribe button as well. Please make sure you do so as well. Switching lanes from Spurs, obviously, to Manchester United. Dramatic fashion going through. Absolute pandemonium. Like I said, 5-4 against Lyon. I repeat that, people. 5-4 after going 2-0 up, then going 4-2 down, and then 5-4 and 3 goals inside. I think it was like 7 minutes or something like that, which is absolutely crazy. And J says, flawless thoughts on United 5, Lyon 4, positives and negatives you saw. Where to start? My head's still spinning. I'm still trying to contemplate and fathom what I seen. I think it was around this time last night. It would have been like in extra time and closing down. And the positives was that the players fought. That's the positives. That is the major plus. The players could have easily have chucked it in. And I've seen these players give up before. Countless occasions. Under this manager, under previous managers. I've seen these players chuck it in give up when the going gets tough. And you see my reaction, Warrior J. Anyone who watch along, you even pinned it when you did the timestamp, Warrior J. When Lacazette scored that penalty, I think I said the game's done or something along them lines. Like it's over or the game's done. And I thoroughly thought it was, but props to them players. They stood up in key moments to get us the game, and it was quality. Like Casemiro, for example, someone who has been heavily criticized, overly criticized, in my opinion. He's still a good player. He's not Casemiro of old, but he's still capable of playing football. All this nonsense about leave the football before the football leaves you. There's more midfielders in this league alone that are worse than Casemiro than better than Casemiro. Let's not act like Casemiro is not capable of playing in the Premier League to a good level. Let's not act like the Premier League is of a good level. If you look at central midfielders elsewhere, 6s and 8s, whichever you want to say, let's stop acting like they're all of high quality. Like really, let's stop this when you see some of the jokers running around in midfield for some of these other teams. And that's some of the top teams as well. Let's not even get that. Let's not get
Staffy
that
told me Cass was done.
Yeah, I don't know why Cass be saying he's done. No, and Staffy's my guy. Yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't know why Staffy was saying that he's done. And Staffy's my guy, but I don't get that. Because he had that shocking performance against Liverpool, without doubt, deserved criticism. He was dreadful. But ever since then, even though he didn't play often, he didn't play that often straight after that, because Ten Hag didn't really play him like that. Rude played him, he played well. Amorim didn't play him, but since he's got back into the side, he's played to a good level. He's been 6, 7 out of 10 every week. He was good in the first leg against Lyon. The 2 legs against Sociedad, he was very good and one of our better players. Despite whether Manchester United are the better side during that game or during a large period, or the opposition is as well. And we seen his quality yesterday, winning the penalty. Just will. That's just being in the right place at the right time and just straight battling. I don't know how many others of our players on that pitch win that penalty. He sold it very well. And then the touch of class was the second to it.
It's kind of like heritage, right? To like that football IQ to just get in the box, fight for the position, and win the penalty. I think that speaks to like just having a veteran on the pitch. You know,
that's veteran, but that's skill. That's using his skill and like being there, because most people probably wouldn't have hit the deck because you can't score from that situation.
Or they hit the deck too easily.
Yeah, like he was smart in the way he sold it. He sold it very, very smart.
It's like because you got to take a little bit of both. You got to like not fall over too easy, but not stand up too strong, and then that money spotted. And I think that the more veteran players kind of know where that is, and that's how they win those penalties. Whereas Madison's was just like a big clattering into. That's
that you didn't have to sell that. That's a Stonewall penalty.
So
sell that shit.
Bro thought he was groundbreaking.
Well, if I'm the keeper, I'm saying I didn't see it, sir. I don't see the pen personally.
Bro, it was crazy because like those Frankfurt players, when the ref went to VAR, they was trying to go to the Van der Ven that turned to chill out, bro. You didn't even need to go to the how fuck.
I don't know how he even went to VAR, but yeah, in regards to it, Casemiro, and then the pass, and I'll explain the Maino. I mean, give my opinions on the Maino finish, but the passing to Maino's quality outside of the boot. If he underhits that, overhits that goal doesn't happen, and that's not something you associate with him. But again, that's his skill level. And then the pinpoint cross to Maguire as well. Underhits it, defender clears it. Overhits it, it goes out for a goal kick, and then we go into penalties. And let's be real, people, penalties, we're going out. Let me just clarify that. We was not winning no shootout whatsoever. We was going out on pens. And that's
the guy in goal, definitely.
Yeah, we was going out, and then Maino for that 4th goal. I mentioned this beforehand on here, other platforms I've been on, about getting him back fit and playing, and how he can be a difference maker in Manchester United, winning this competition or not winning this competition. People are like, oh, well, he's been poor. It's like, you're missing my entire point when I say he's a difference maker. You know why? Because he's a quality player. He has a high skill level. He's the only player on that pitch for us that scores that goal. But any other player of our pitch, from the goalkeeper to everybody else that was out there at that time, nobody else on the pitch scores that goal. If you freeze frame that, as Casemiro plays the pass into him, go and watch the highlights, people, and freeze frame it, and ask yourself, who scores that goal on that pitch for Manchester United? Because he still has a lot to do. The control is excellent. The touch inside where he drops the shoulder is excellent. And the finish is also excellent as well. And that's what I'm talking about when I mention X factor, especially when you have the attack that we have that is piss poor. None of our other attackers score that. Let's be real. None of our attackers have even scored a goal similar to that. What are you talking about here? The only one remotely, maybe Ahmad, not even him. You know what I'm saying? Anthony ain't never scored a goal like that. For those that don't know, he's got Anthony on the screen. Jacob, he's putting him on the screen, and then the fifth goal. Props to Harry Maguire. Quality header. It's not an easy finish.
That was
it's
a good
a free
header,
but it's a striker-esque finish. And you got
this is how Harry Maguire's looking at you because he heard you. You wanted to sell me to West Ham.
Yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? Because if we talk about the negative, the second goal was his fault because he was ducking out the ball. He ducked out the way of the football. And people won't talk about that because we won the game. Go watch the second goal. I feel like
Ben Davies and Harry Maguire, they're the same. One's just Welsh. Like he'll do something that everyone's like, "We love you so much, Ben Davies," but then it's like, let's just forget about the one or two other things he did that was shit in the game. But he did have that.
I feel like every team has legit that one player.
Yeah,
remember, bro, Ray City fans cook like Rico Lewis on a consistent basis, but then speak about him being good on the ball.
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
And that's what it is. Quality finished by Maguire. In regards to the negative, the fact, and De Niro mentioned this before, the game should have been dead and buried. It shouldn't have reached that point, and that's on the players. That's on the manager. Well, 2-0 up, cruising. The momentum's with Lyon. We rode the wave of their momentum in the first half and ended up leading the tie 2-0, or leading the game at halftime 2-0. Second half, when the momentum's with them, make changes. We're all saying Sunshine's on the watch along, YG's on the watch along, make substitutions. Momentum's with them. We all seen that first goal coming. As soon as Lyon scored that first goal, instinct should kicked in, be proactive. Okay, how do I change this? Because their subs made the difference. Lacazette, Fofana caused their two goals. Sorry, 3 and 4. Sorry, yeah, Fofana, he was quality, and even before him causing, even though him creating and being involved in their third and fourth goal, he was a threat before that. He was a problem getting on the ball, being direct, good outlet for them. Even at 10 men, that's why we couldn't take advantage of them being down to 10 men, and that's also on the manager, but that's more so on the players. If you're playing against 10 men. Again, footballing IQ should just kick in on how to utilize that space. But then again, Paul Scholes made a great point. Our lack of physicality is astounding because even at 10 minutes, they were the better side. They got better. That's the crazy part. They took over more of the game after 10 men. That's a problem in itself. The goals we gave up, that was a problem. Yeah, the goals we gave Lyon were way too easy. Like I said, I mentioned the second goal. Maguire ducking out the way of the football. Foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Ducking out the way of the foot. Like, how are you ducking out the way of the foot? Are you me? Head the ball away. Do the Euro and take the football to the face. To shout out to Euro for that, because that's being overlooked as well. Man, like a whole shot with his face.
That could have been a goal.
On purpose. Yeah, serious. With Onana in goal, definitely. There's every chance that could have went in with the powers being struck at. And he looked that ball in the eye and took the football to the face.
The school of Johnny Evans, bro.
Yeah.
No, Phil Jones.
Yeah, Phil Jones. John Terry did it as well. I think the third one was gifted. You know why, Warrior J? Because Dalot just doesn't track the runner for Fofana. That's where it comes from. Go look on the left-hand side. Fofana's quick. I hear that. But one thing Dalot can do is run just... I don't know if he was on a booking. I'm actually going to double check. I'm not sure if he got booked, but if you're with him, take him out.
He wasn't booked.
So he wasn't booked. All you had to do was just throw it.
I'm checking again, but I'm pretty sure because I looked at the scores yesterday. I don't think he was booked. Let me check real quick.
Nah, he wasn't on a booking. I just checked. So he didn't.
No, he's not. He wasn't booked.
So he didn't get booked. Track the run up. It's Fofana. He's quicker than you. Hold him, trip him up. Take the booking. And then what happens after that? No, this was.
No.
Go on.
No, I mean, Tolisso did it because I think United was on a break and Tolisso took the second yellow.
Yes. Yeah,
I was saying like this is what I'm saying, like how the local have done that as well. Just take the yellow because it's like your first card in the game.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's what it was, and it's like, yeah, take your booking, and then we do that. So that's that goal there. So Maguire's at fault for the second goal, Dalot at fault for the third goal, and then the fourth goal, YG's boy Luke Shaw just on stupidness. Let Fofana go. I think it was Dalot alongside. It was the defender literally alongside him. Even though he's favorite and he's going to break through and he's going into the box, let him shoot. He might miss. He might put Onana might save it. Maybe the defender blocks it. I can't remember who the defender was. Again, basics though. These things I'm talking about. Harry Maguire heading the ball away. Basics. Dalot not tracking for Fofana. Basics. Hey, Luke Shaw, don't make that challenge. Just let Fofana go when he's in that scenario. It was like, even at 4, because he might miss. And even at 4-2, even at 4-2, we've got a chance. Even at 4-2, as it's shown, because we won the game. So even if Fofana breaks through and scores the goal, we're up 10 men. Like, what is it going to be easier to score from? A penalty or Fofana running through with a defender each side of him or a defender side of him? Like, again, basic decision making. Gotta be better. This is professional footballers. Yeah, go on, Jess.
About that situational football right there. Like, assess what's actually going on the pitch.
Yes.
And understand your surroundings and understand, like, play the percentages. Like you said, this was Mali Fofana who would have been through on goal. Like, he's not, like, because I said going into this tie that he was going to be one of the. I don't know if he played in the first leg, but I knew going into this tie. Yeah, because I know, because I've watched Lyon a couple of times this season. He's one of their key players going forward. Shame that Ernest Numa didn't play, because he would have caused trouble on the other side, because he's also super direct, dribbling and all that. And I think obviously it's not something that man want to play against.
Facts.
But he's not a prolific. He's super young. One of them players like super young, goes at the man direct, but it's not prolific. So you play the percentages and take your chances. If you know your opponent, you should know who's what, who's like, because they don't really have prolific. Like, they score goals, but they're not prolific as a team. Like, if this is like Harry Kane through on goal, you can kind of understand it.
Yeah, you kind of get it. Yeah, if that's Kane going and you go, all right, you know what, probably take him out. I hear it, but it's just a terrible challenge.
They just play the percentages, honestly.
Yeah,
because obviously I didn't watch it because I didn't see how Lyon played with 10 man in it, but it seemed like
they played very well with 10 men.
Yeah, because it seemed like in the first half, it seemed like all United, like Messi's just that I was seeing, keeping up with the shots, XG and all that. It was literally all United till the first goal happened for Lyon. It seemed like to be all United. So I don't know what's the ball gonna be.
And yeah, to Warrior J says, I'm not gonna lie, flawless that game just shows why your Ponzi scheme FC, big up Bayesian Pops as well, says Ponzi schemers. And that's what it was. Well, it shouldn't have been the scenario where 2-0 up and cruising, and the next thing you know,
I can't lie though. I don't even think they're supposed to let on some Ponzi scheme this game. Bro, Lyon had a 2-goal lead. All you had to do was just go and defend for the rest of the 10 minutes. You didn't have to do all, like, ironically, what I get a little criticism for, like, why are you trying to continue play? We have the advantage. Lyon could have just sat a bit deeper. As you said, they played well with 10 man, or better as 10 man. What I don't understand is teams always make this mistake. Why are you taking your outlets out late in the game?
Yeah.
I heard Shirky got substituted, and I said this is a massive mistake.
He did take off Cherky. He took off Cherky.
Because I heard he played well in OT.
He did play well.
And for me, it's like,
oh yeah, I like that Cherky guy. He's pretty damn good.
Now he's a good talent, but for me, I always say it. Keep your danger man on, or have at least another danger man there, so you have the other team something to think about. Especially when you don't 10 man. Especially when you 10 man. So I feel like you make it easier. So I feel like, I'll be honest.
Yeah, he took off Cherky 107th minute. He took off Cherky.
Oh, there's still so much time left. There's so much time left. For me, it's like keeping on the pitch. I know you might be tired, but you have to keep the danger man on. I'll be honest. I feel like United took advantage of the fact that Lyon just didn't really manage to, because really and truly, at the point where, like I said, scores the penalty, the game should have been over in terms of if something happens, maybe United get one more goal. But you will let United to get 3 goals in like 10 minutes. I feel like this is where I have to look at Lyon and say, obviously, I give United hella credit, because obviously some of the finishes are super hard. But
Bro,
look at the other
Mainu's finish, that's disgusting, dog.
Those finishes for United, bro, it's disgusting. But I can't overlook Lyon managing those last 10 minutes super poor, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were. Because they were the better side for the vast. I think also that adds in they got tired as well. Because they were the better side with 10 men. Like, they got better. But then tiredness, I think, kicked in. You mentioned it, taking off your danger man, like taking off Cherky. Why? Why are you taking what you resting him for? Like, why are you taking him off?
Like I speak about the Dortmund Real Madrid game earlier in the year when Real Madrid struggled in the first half. Shaheen takes off our only 2 counter threat, and then Madrid turned it around. It's the same shit. Yeah. Just because you're making defenses, as long as you have to make sure you're keeping at least 1 or 2 danger man out there, it's fine. But if you take it all out and just go defensive, they didn't even do that. They didn't even go defensive like that. So I feel like United just took off first. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go on. No, it's
cool. I was saying, like, bro, you just have to. I just thought they managed it bad at the minute. Obviously, credit to United, but I think they managed it bad.
Nah, I agree with that. 100%. When you're in that scenario, it's bad management. Same way with us being 2-0 up, and then all of a sudden we 4-2 down. It's over a longer period of time, but it's bad on our part. Like, I was just like, no way, because they're not good. They're not good. And it says here, this is me reading it, nephew, because he mentioned about Cherky. It says he hit the deck with cramp as his number goes up on the touchline. I already said.
Right, fair enough. If that's the case, then I can.
Get him some salt water and get on with it, man. Drink some salt water and get on with that shit.
I don't.
To Europa League semi-final.
That's the thing, because the thing is, because Lyon, the funny part is Lyon is gonna have to do a fire sale in the summer because they gotta make 400 million in profit by this end of the financial year, or they're gonna get relegated.
Jesus, I definitely go take a look at that. If I'm looking at winger and a backup, I'm going to look at that.
I think there's a couple of tweets of me a couple of months ago, like saying how Malik Fofana, Ernest Numa, and probably Shirky are like the 3 attacking players that you look at in Lyon. Not even the 3 attacking players. These are the first 3 players that, if anybody comes in for any Lyon players, these should be the 3 players on the list because they're honestly really good. Like I know Shirky wasn't good in the first leg, but I think he showed his qualities in the second leg. And now, they're gonna be cheap as well. Like Shirky is like 22 million. I don't think they're up at the price. Malik Fofana's probably gonna be cheap because they have to sell now. Like Lyon is gonna be in a crazy situation, and they needed that Europa League when they needed that.
Yeah, they really did. And to Warrior J says, Flawless, you think Lyon played a bit better than the first leg since you were shocked with them in the first leg? Yeah, they were better, but both sides were better because you know what? They just moved the ball quicker. Like that first leg was played at a pedestrian. Like if you would have muted that and played that, I would have thought it was the first leg was a preseason game. It was played like there was no stakes. It played like, right, it's not, and it's kind of like both sides realized, hey, this team we're playing is not that good, you know. And there's Europa League semi-final place at stake. Let's go and try and attack and actually move the ball at a quick pace, actually run people down and actually try and score goals and get through this time. That's where I think it clicked because that first leg was awful. Second leg was much better. It's just much more intent. Look at the pace of the game that was played at. It's actually like swift counters. It's actually being direct, playing aggressively from both sides, in particular us in the first half, them in the second half. Then once they went down to 10 men and us at the end. Yes, you're chasing the game. Look how many players we had in the box, though. Again, intent. And a big up to Eddie says, editage. Yes, Prime, salt water. That's how you get rid of cramp. You don't know this. I thought this was common knowledge.
No, I actually don't know that.
Yeah, salt water.
Because usually my father's always usually the one that sends me like hella links about things. Yeah. And he didn't even know that.
Also, bananas. The potassium. What? Why are you laughing about that? It's a fact.
Because it's just the way you said it. Also, bananas. This guy, bro. This guy. Yo, so yes, salt water. For those that don't know, drinking salt water can help get rid of cramp, among other things like foods containing potassium, as Jacob just mentioned as well. Oh, did he look off? He looked over at the bench and asked to be subbed straight away because it was straight after halftime and extra time. You know what, Fairs? I would have been like, yo.
It's funny because if it would have gone penalty, because he's one of the best penalty takers in the team as well. So it's like, it's just peak. Because like you need to stay on the pitch. Like you have to just fight through it. Like you know what I mean? Like
I suppose they got 10 men, so you can't really do that. And then he said Barada was talking to Cherky after the game. Hey, tell Barada he needs to be working on other transfer targets, mate. I can pick out Cherky. Go find us some other players. I was saying, so we're making better decisions.
He's like, There's a guy who plays in Madrid. His name's Mbappe. It's pretty good. If you're like, so what scouting report you got for me? There's a striker in the Premier League, Erling Haaland. He's doing pretty good. You've also got guys like Kylian Mbappe. It's like, okay, what else you got for me, buddy?
I saw a video. I saw a video of Berardi shaking hands with Matic. Just so you know, just like
Okay, yeah, is he gonna
that's
run it
what
back?
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, bro. They're shaking hands after the game.
Yeah, but also we had the whole Virgil van Dijk and the PSG owners were tickling each other after a match, and then he re-signed with Liverpool. So
Yeah.
I'm
I hear
dead.
that. But yeah, see, there's multiple ways. Look at this. Also, glucose water for the OGs. So anyone who's out there playing sport, there's multiple ways to get.
when I
rid of
worked for the Cowboys, they had like Gatorade, and then they had the Gatorade bottles that had like a piece of athletic tape on them, and you knew not to drink those as a person who enjoys your life, because the ones with tape on it, they put some weird electrolyte stuff in it, and it's the description. I'm not gonna say what they described it tastes like. I never tasted it because I heard and I said I'm staying clear of that, and but apparently it's as well for the cramps, and drinking the salt is more instantaneous than eating the banana. Although eating the banana, if you do that about 30 minutes before your workout, it should help you with the cramps as well.
So what's this? If you what? So if you eat it before the workout, it will help with cramp.
Or like halftime, so say you do 45 minutes of running around, halftime, eat a nanner, and then by the time you get back out there, start running around, the potassium's helping with the cramps. You drinking the salt water, so it's more the instantaneous. It's kind of like, you know how people do like certain proteins. So like I do the instant protein, then the long protein before bed, and then the like all day protein. So it's like different methods of trying to like keep your muscles hydrated, basically. And for the Cowboys, it was drinking this god awful Gatorade concoction they made, and I mean, they don't win the fucking Super Bowl, so it's not like the secret, Space Jam juice that they had. What was it called? The secret stuff? I don't remember what it was called.
Well, yeah,
Space
Jam. I have to start eating oranges and stuff, man, because like I'll be cramping up playing football at times. So
you gotta get those.
Yeah.
Well, oranges is more of a hydration, vitamin C thing.
Hey, De Niro, your time, fam. If you're there, your time, man. Just butt in whenever you want, fam. In regards to the combo.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man.
Whenever you're ready, fam, you ain't got to ask.
I just wanted to quickly. I just wanted to quickly. Yeah, bro. I just wanted to quickly jump in on the United side quickly. I just wanted to say that it was a mad game. I do believe that certain players, like I said earlier on when I touched on it earlier, I said certain players stepped up when it was needed to be stepped up. Like I say, in the game, it shouldn't have got to the point that it got to, but I feel like that's just the Europe itself, innit? Europe, that's just how it works. But yeah, man, I think with, like I say, with Kobe Mano, there's quality there. All you guys that were chatting bare rubbish and that, you understand, saying that my man's tired and that. Now you understand, quality never leaves. He's just a young guy in it that was getting overplayed, but now you're seeing it. The quality's there. I don't care what anybody says. If you can try and say, oh, it's one goal, but it doesn't matter, bro. The quality in the finish was there, better than your striker. Some of you Rasmus Hoyland bandits and that. So yeah, bro, you understand that. This is it. So and obviously big up Garnacho and that. Get me. Flawless, big up Garnacho, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Outside of the miss, he played well. Outside of the miss,
that miss, bro.
You mean that one where he was like doing the FIFA power shot beforehand?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
He's like,
CC, but that's not man. Listen, man Garnacho. Man Garnacho, it's not Man United, it's Man Garnacho. Big up Man Garnacho, you understand? Obviously, like I say, big up all the now, because Flawless does this, so I'm doing it back before I leave. Big up all the Garnacho.
Mancho United?
Hold up. Big up all the big up all the Garnacho bandits, you understand?
Yeah, man, that's you and your boy Spoobs, man. I get it, man. You and Spoobs on that, man.
See, this is what I'm saying. You see that man there? This is it.
Don't put my boy next to that scrub, bro.
I'm not next to my man, bro. The Spoobs is on his own thing, bro. Don't put me in that category there. That man there are different. I don't know.
I'll be honest, getting in any category with Spoobs is something you want to
distance
yourself from.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Nah, I'm not on that still. But obviously, shout out Harry Maguire as well. Shout out Harry Maguire as well. You understand? Obviously, good finish in that. And then yeah, man. Like I say, literally, yeah, man. I think with United, I think if we, this is what I want to leave it with. If you come across us, I personally think we'll win. I make the statement here, innit? Man's making the statement here. We win, innit? The only reason why I say that we win is because obviously everybody talks about footy heritage and etc. But in my opinion, I'll be real. I think this is the one where Spurs don't be Spurs, in my opinion, innit? If we play United, we will be Spursy. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, with United, like I say, innit? You got the win. The W was needed. You understand? You can't be dropping against Lyon like that. But yeah, man, just keep pushing. I think with the certain players, they just got to keep pushing that quality and showing their quality, like Kobe Mano. And yeah, just like Kobe Mano, I don't know about the rest. Euro as well. I think he's he performed as well. You understand? So yeah, bro. Like I say, it's mad how I'm saying that I can watch United over Tottenham. It's crazy. It's mad.
Yeah,
but yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I think it's because you lot are so dead that it's so entertaining. You know them ones there, like you lot are so dead that it's so entertaining. But no, I'll be wrong. Like I say, I think Amarim needed that win as well. You understand? But we'll see. I think, like I said, on Chic TV, I said that you have to just wait till next season. We go through next season and then judge him based on that. But right now, you just gotta give him the leeway to be flexible, etc. Right now, obviously, like I say, you realize how dead this team is just from how that game went, you know, from how that game went. So, like I say, because a good team can look that off, but like we say with these players, it's just the up and down hill. So yeah, and then remember, there's certain players like Amad Diallo who aren't there right now. So when them players come back, then we can do the rest. But yeah, man, I think as for United, you man got the win that you needed, and yeah, man, that's what I'd say. It's one of those, and we'll see if it would be lit to have a Man United and Tottenham final.
Absolutely,
to be honest,
I hope it will be that.
What do you think that says about world football as it stands in regards to the Premier League?
Stinky.
If we are in a final versus each other, and we're also battling for 14th.
That might be the most.
Shout out Brennan Johnson, man. Brennan Johnson and Alejandro Garnacho, bro.
Yeah, man, there we go, man. You got De Niro and Spoobs, yo, with the Alejandro Garnacho prop. I respect it, man. You know what I'm saying? I raise still, man.
That final would be.
I get it.
That final would be
disgusting. All jokes aside, I've said this before. You go. If Spurs and United is the final, they need to abolish the competition and like rename it. Start again.
Do you think it could be because the Champions League teams didn't drop down?
Even without the Champions League teams dropping down,
if Spurs and United are the final, and Spurs win, I'll cry, bro.
I can't
lie, bro. I'll cry, bro. I'll be real, bro.
I'm getting a big old tattoo, fucking Europa, Ainge, Sonny, the gang, the Mandem, all of them.
Bro, I would cry, bro.
Well, my son gonna ask the question.
You could catch me in the ends when we win it too. I'm gonna be going out there. I'll tell my wife, shit. Sorry, baby, I gotta catch a flight.
My future son gonna ask the question why his middle name is Ant. Like,
my family's gonna ask why did I change my last name to Postacoglu?
Yeah, Jacob Postacoglu, you know what a name.
No, but you know what?
Like Jacob, that's a madness. That's you're going mad still. Why for that?
Sorry, yeah, too far. I didn't rein it in. Yeah.
Well, like,
mind games.
A Ghanaian kid with the middle name are just hilarious. But you know what?
That is hilarious.
A Spurs United final would be the most hate watch, probably the biggest hate watch, probably.
Probably be the biggest.
Like the amount of Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. I've seen Leeds fans on the timelines go crazy, bro. Like that might be the biggest game to watch. Also, might be bigger than the Champions League final, bro. Low key. Oh no, that's actually hilarious.
I want to ask you something, Flawless. So I think I know. Yeah, big up, De Niro.
I was just gonna say big up, man. Yeah. Say no,
my bro.
I wore the Spurs top from DHK just for you, buddy.
Yeah, come on, bro. Hey, next week we're back again.
Hey, shout out, Flawless and Garnacho. That's how I'm gonna leave it, bro. Shout
There
out
we
Flawless
go,
and
man. Love
Garnacho.
that, man. Shout out to Nero,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Every single time, man. He's repping
Two more
Garnacho. I
games.
respect
Two
him,
more
man.
games.
You fighting
I
it. You
remember
fighting it up to the battle, man.
Flawless is basically Garnacho's uncle, chat. I just want to let you know that, basically.
Right.
You know that was
Yeah, I did hear he
yeah.
was petitioning for Nacho to have the 7 in the summer. I do remember that.
Yeah, bro.
uncle to
Flawless just bought himself a Garnacho tea.
All right, De Niro. I thought you were going. I'll see you later. Yeah. Blessings, my brother. Yeah. I'll chat to you next week. Yeah. This guy, This guy, Nacho Pro.
Say no more, man.
Blessings, fam.
Love, man. Big up.
Every time.
Big up.
Yeah, man, bro. Big up, my guy.
Blessings every single time. Go on. What was the question you wanted to ask, Jacob?
So, as a, not Tottenham fan, looking at it and try to take the contextual evidence of this club's record over the last X amount of years, okay?
Yeah.
The notion, and I'm genuinely curious. Like, I'm not asking this trying to normally I ask something and it's like trying to get you to admit one thing or another, and either way you're screwed. But this one is genuinely, what do you think about the notion of if Ainge is able to do something that a manager hasn't done for Tottenham in over 40 years or damn near 40 years, which is win a European title? People say win it or lose it, they don't care, sack him. They say there's a comment that says build him a statue and then sack him the next day, which is
crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, I would build Luca a statue if I could right now. I'd be so honest, but it's more of a Luca flipping the bird to the AAC, which is the American Airlines Center, which is the building the Mavericks playing. But my point being, so if Ainge is able to do something that ain't been done at Tottenham in over 40 some years, and he effectively becomes the 4th most successful manager in Tottenham's history, what do you think of the notion of sack him? Is it a Ten Hag situation where he wins back-to-back trophies and then you still want him out throughout the entirety of it, or do you see it like Spurs fans? Like, well, I'm genuinely curious what the world thinks of Spurs being like.
I hear you.
Yo, can I ask the question first, Jay? Because we don't mind.
Go on, then, Jez. Yeah, go on, Jez. You answer. Yeah, I'm trying to put my answers together. So yeah, floor's yours.
Because funny enough, because before you came, I even mentioned this because I've seen that. I'm not the notion you can technically call it of pretty much asking should he go even if he wins the Europa League. And there's two sides to this where I'm like, I said earlier, I let him go in the summer, not because I don't believe he deserves to stay, but because I think for himself, but also for the football club, you can take more pluses than negative. With Ange probably seeing a situation where the Premier League season has been shite. I did well on the Cups. I won the Europa League, and if I leave, at least the next club can look at it and say, I ended the season within the Europa League. The Spurs fans can go with us. We can celebrate. We can say thank you for the season, even if it was like most of it was shit. We still ended up the season with a European trophy, and we can look into going into the Champions League next season with a new manager, and he can look at him saying, at least my next football club is not going to be too much of a downgrade to what Tottenham.
I love that.
But
I would love to be that manager. Just, hey, you qualified for Champions League for me. Appreciate you, bud. Now get the fuck out of the chair.
But in the same time, I would understand, considering what you just said as well, I would understand if the football club keeps him for the summer because what you have done winning after trophy. Because which is funny enough, the narrative literally was earlier in the season before we even was around 15th and 16th and all that was. Would you take 16th with a trophy? And most Spurs fans said yes. So if he does win us the Europa League, I understand if he stays, to be honest. I understand it. Obviously, next season, a lot of people are still going to have to think in mind what happened in the Premier League, and he would need to have a much better one thing. We need a much better summer. We need one regardless anyway. But he would need a much better season overall. But I would understand if he stays for another season. But that's my side. So I have two sides to it though. But I like Flores in it.
Yeah, it's a tough. Is it a tough question? It's tough to form like the sentence because it's a good question. Like form my thought on it because I hear the other side like, very, very loudly. I have my thoughts on it, but I hear the other side of our season's been awful. Look at all the records he's broken. almost, what is it, 17 league losses for you lot?
17 league losses, yeah.
17 league losses, sat in 15th, 16th, however many points above 17th, however many points above relegation. It's been dreadful. You lot have been bad, but not this bad. Like, not Conte, Mourinho, Nuno, all the managers before them. It was never this bad. Poch, even when it got bad, it never got this bad. However, on the flip side, if you lot win a Europa League, there's no way he should be sacked. It's your first trophy in how long? Your
Since
first
2008.
And since 2009.
18 years?
2008. So it's 18. So 2008 was your last trophy. First European trophy in how long?
83.
It was like the Europa. If you don't count the European, the Cup Winners' Cup, the Europa League was, I think, still in the air. It's still in the 70s.
The 80s. So we're saying since 2008 was your last trophy. The last Europe, it would just say Europa League. Last Europa League UEFA Cup was in the 80s. Last Cup Winners' Cup was in the 90s. You're renowned for not winning trophies.
We're a fucking joke for not winning trophies.
It's known as Spursy and all of these things. To me, he deserves another season because it was a trophy nobody expected you to win. That was the conversation the entire season. Was we're putting all our eggs in the Europa League. This is from a Spurs perspective. We're putting all our eggs in the Europa League. We're not going to win it. So what does it matter? Sack him anyway. I heard that consistently from Spurs.
There were Spurs fans hoping we get bounced by Frankfurt so they get...
which is complete nonsense.
I saw that. I found that crazy. I don't care how much of an agenda you have. Even under Conte, man, know how many rants I had under Conte. They're still documented on this channel. I never prayed for once to go out in any in the cup competitions. Never. It's crazy to me.
You lot know I was Ten Hag out. Did I ever once say I don't want us to win the FA Cup against City or wanted us to get bounced versus Coventry in the semi-final? No, scratch all that. Forget whether I rate the manager, the players, the ownership, the fans. I want my club to be successful as a Manchester United fan. Don't care less. So with regards to him winning the Europa League, definitely he should stay. He's done the unthinkable. Very, very few Spurs fans thought you was going to win the competition. I don't think I've not heard a non-Spurs fan say you win that. So now people are going to change the narrative because you're in the semi-final. You lot were supposed to go out to Frankfurt.
It's always you might, but like it's Tottenham, you're not.
Yes.
Oh, you might. It's not. You're taught. It's just like at some time I'm tired of being the fucking town drunk. I'm tired of everyone knowing that I'm gonna get fucked up at town square and start shitting my pants. I'm tired of it. I'm ready to be the guy with the shiny car and the armpits out, and it's a fucking joke. And so like for me, that's why I've always kind of just hung in there, I guess, despite the internal bruising, the internal bleeding, all the terminal diagnoses I've gotten since I've been hanging on to the Ainge train. It would just almost be kind of like a redemption, like a big fuck you. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just walked after winning it. If he won it and then was like, all right, fans, because dude, the fans and Ainge, they've been not liking each other since last year versus City. Some people say it was sooner, some people say it was after. But regardless of it, I could tell you that it was when he was like, why does everyone want me to lose? I thought we were supposed to want to win all the games that we play. And they're like, yeah, but we got to lose this one. And he's like, but I don't want to lose this one. Like, well, you just don't get it. It's because you're a fat Australian. See you next Tuesday. And he's just like, well, that sucks. And then to this year, every away fixture is big fuck you, you fat CUNT from Australia and Kangaroo Jack or whatever weird Crocodile Dundee references they got. It's all just like, he just fucking took it in stride. That's fine. I don't care. That's fine. I don't care. And like, to me, I can say I don't care, but to a degree, when people are putting phones in your faces and you're reacting, that tells me you care. That tells me it's bothering you. Of course. So he is still a human. So I understand why it would bother him, but it's like, yeah, I just figured this, this chubby kid was going to just get beat up his whole life. But guess what? I've been rooting for that chubby kid to stand up to the bullies. Not that And if we could win that, that's a big fuck you to every single person who talked all that bullshit out they dumb, gummy, flappy lips.
No,
But
and
that's the thing, though. But that's sports fans in the end.
Go on.
That's sports fans for you right there. And I always say football fans are, well, sports fans in general, but football fans specifically are hypocrites.
2 semifinals in a year. How many
Yeah, and
semifinals did the greatest
Go on.
managers get us in the last 5 years? Jose Conte, Nuno, Poch got us to a few semis.
Because the thing is for me is here, because I understand the criticism, and I think the criticism is valid until it gets to the point when people start getting offensive, and then this is where you see situations like what happened to Chelsea, where he was cutting his ears and saying certain things in the media, and no people are in the feelings. But our ironic part is, everybody after yesterday's win, everybody was happy. There was probably a minority that still was, like you mentioned earlier, kind of pissed that we won the game because they wanted him out that badly. But for me, this is what football fans are just weird in reality. Like, he can win us the Europa League, and all of a sudden, the people that called him CEO on Tuesday will be thanking him for everything, saying, "You're my hero, you're my goat," and all that. But you were literally but a couple of weeks ago, you was offending his family, him as a person, and all that, and you
Dude.
were angry you were angry at him showing emotions. And don't get it twisted, I think it was wrong. It was it's a cruel game being a manager. But when you do these type of things, you will always be the victim in these type of situations. If you show your emotions like that back to the fans, because it will always go back to how can the manager treat the fans like that, even though I understand it. So it's
Yeah,
one of
pussies
them.
always
But
want to act a victim. You're right.
Yeah.
They're like,
So-
oh, I'm a little bitch. I threw a rock and you threw it back and then it hit me. Ow.
So for and this is why I'm like,
Oh, mommy, where's daddy with his khaki fucking shorts and his yacht shoes? Fucking sue
But you know
you.
what? But no, Jacob. But that's what I was saying when I started off with my
Weak ass shit.
But this is where I was saying with the two sides that I come with. I feel like if you do win the Europa League, there's a side of me where I believe it even benefits him if he just goes, and he starts off again somewhere else. This saying I just won this football club that hasn't won a European Cup in the 80s. Last time in the 80s, last time they won a trophy in 2008, and we just
140 some years of existence, and he's the 4th most successful to walk up in here.
Yeah,
If
this
he
one.
wins that,
This one.
everybody
This one.
like in regards to critique and criticism of him, if he does that, because it's the unthinkable. Like nobody, like I say, there was a small minority who gave Spurs a legitimate chance of winning that, and rightfully so. When you look at how the manager's performing, you look at how the team is performing, very similar to us, you would understand why there's major doubts to it. So I get that, but if he wins it, if I'm him, if I win it, I walk. You know what I'm saying? You're in the press conference. I'd be like, yeah, everyone, like, you won't say it like this, but everyone who doubted me, hold that. I've come to the place and won the trophy where nobody wins the trophy. And you just say your piece, mic drop, and then walk out. You know what I'm saying?
it will hit like crack. I will print 100 sheets of paper, roll up every single day with that fucking paper of his exit quote after winning, because he'd be like, it'd be like, honestly, bro, I'm imagining some Kanye West shit. Everybody wanted to know, do you win in your second season? He's not going to win it. No way with Tottenham can he win in his second season, even though he said he always wins in his second season, even though he technically didn't say that, but I'm just a bitch-ass, media-hungry, 5-letter quote fucking merchant. But he would just, he would annihilate them. And you know what? Everyone would just eat it with a piece of humble. They'd say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right. Yes, sir. And while they eat their fucking victory pie. You want to know why? Because we're so starved. We are all just like, I mean, think about it. You got a chicken coop, right? And all the chickens looking for a little piece of something to eat. You unleash the gates, and really the chickens have been overrunning the farm for years now, and we are the chickens. We are just running around going, cluck, cluck, this is where all the seeds are, and then next thing you know, the chicken coop is not really a coop anymore. It's just a bunch of fucking chickens all over the farm, and that's where we're at. And Ainge is corralling the chickens. They can resist as much as they want, but they're for dinner.
This was me. That was because gonna share something. But this was me literally. Yes, this was. One sec. That was me yesterday. That was me yesterday. One sec. Let me show the because this was the semi-finalist here, and that was me tweeting that after that was me tweeting that after the game quoting that.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it! Damn!
Bro, that was me right there, bro. Give me that trophy. Give me that trophy, bro. Like, bro, I don't give a damn, bro. Like, I'll say, bro, play the kids, rotate in between. I've seen Amrin say he's gonna start playing kids in the Premier League because he knows that shit is over. Like, bro, because that's what I'm saying. Like, because regardless of how much,
It make no sense for me. But we move, but go on.
because of how much criticism I have given him, and I have probably said times of like, well, I've never been beyond like calling him certain things that Jacob has mentioned on terms of what other fans have done, but because I don't feel necessarily the need of going beyond calling somebody something. But if he can really do it again, there's obviously ifs in the end of the day. Because at the moment, like I said, he's still on like the 1 HP video game. He's fighting for his life. But if in a scenario where you can come out and say,
So this is where I like to be. This is where I'm most comfortable with that pressure.
Yo, what is that? Hey, yo, how have you got that just that freeze frame?
This is where I want to be.
Hey, yo, Jacob, man. Hey, yo.
Bro, that's a sticker on WhatsApp I be using too.
This guy. Yeah, you need to stop sending me WhatsApp pictures. Yo.
That's crazy.
Come on now.
But a scenario where you can talk about him like lifting the trophy as the manager of Tottenham, considering that we had two managers prior to that who were considered, two of them considered elite managers, to not be able to win us a trophy. Now, honestly, it's crazy. But like I said, we first have to just get through Bodo Klim, and then what comes in the final comes in the final. Because I'll be honest, it's like what Jacob said earlier. It's ironic that if we play United in the most important game of the season, all of a sudden we lose. But then on the other side, we play Bilbao, which is in their own stadium. So we literally surrounded in the Emirates. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We already like what happens? We already not the favorites going into the final, in my eyes. So, which I think helps.
Who would you prefer? Now I know this is quite outlandish because we still got Bodo Klim.
That's a great question, Jacob. That's a great question. Hey, I'll let you two answer that. Go on, Jess.
I saw a poll on Twitter. For what it's worth, I saw a poll on Twitter, and there was like 6,000 votes of which one would you prefer: Bilbao at their own ground or United with their history. And it was about 6,000 votes, and it was like 49 to 51%.
Really that close?
It's that close.
That sounds crazy. That is crazy.
I'm gonna say I know this might be the crazier take. I'd prefer almost Bilbao.
Yeah, me too. I can't lie. I'd rather want Bilbao, not because United is, but because it literally doesn't get off my.
I don't.
No. See, the thing is here. It generally.
4 times in a year. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Not even City does that to teams.
The funny part is here. It's literally in Bilbao, and I'm saying I'd rather want Bilbao because,
they gotta sell half of it anyway. Even if they make it, they still gotta sell half that stadium.
Like the Tottenham fans already gonna be surrounded by bare Spanish dudes and women out there trying to do all that nonsense outside, and then you have the half of them in the stadium, bro. Like, but then in the same time, I'm like, and ironically, this is where the best players for United, ironically, are healthy again. Ahmad is back. Mayan will probably be 100%. And you want to tell me we're going to beat them 4-0? We're going to beat them 4-0 for this season.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Is like teams don't get away with 4 wins versus another big team. Like that just don't happen. That's what's scary about it. That's why it's almost like Bilbao at their own ground. Maybe they feel too confident. This is just routine for them. But we're up for the bigger occasion. You know, I feel like the mental gymnastics I'm doing favor my choice.
The ironic part for me is here as well is that the reason why I don't want to play. See, the funny part is here because
think about it. Jez, for real, like these players, they're gonna wake up, right? It's a European final. Oh, I gotta park in the parking spot that says Gutierrez or whatever the fuck their name is, and then they're like, And okay, I parked my car there. Let me get my smoothie from Gwyneth, the fucking smoothie lady. And let me check it. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like it almost could be too routine, too mundane for the Bilbaoians. All right. And then there's another thing about Bilbao. I'm talking about Bilbo Baggins. That motherfucker was a bitch. All of the Lord of the Rings. And then he almost stabbed his friend in the back. He's an asshole. So you know what? I like Bill Boobies versus Tottenham more than United because show me them Bill Boobies, baby. I'm trying to see them things.
The only part as well is that obviously because we lost to Liverpool in the Champions League final year. But the thing with me is here, if you were like, I wouldn't be heated as much as losing to United just because I hate Liverpool fans. Like they are mad annoying. They're mad annoying the way they go. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, it's like I'm with Jacob. It's like if you're not beating 4-0, 4-0, 4 times in a row, and the third 4 time is the European final. I just don't see it. See it.
Yeah.
Of course, when the final comes, obviously I'm gonna be hyped up. I'm saying we go and win. But deep down in me, I know surely we're not gonna do four.
Bro, statistically, that's just like not you. The highest percentage game in any casino is fucking roulette, and it's just you bet on black or red, right?
Yeah.
And you just said red. Fucking 3 times out of 3, we've doubled our money on red, and we're gonna say red again on the 4th time. It's not like the probability is so not in our favor.
Oh, actually, let me obviously. Flo, I don't know. You would prefer Bodo Clement to find, obviously.
Of
I know,
course,
but
yes.
But
yes.
What? Because you haven't spoken about on obviously Beijing Pops. I don't hate every Liverpool fans. There's a lot of good Liverpool fans out there.
They're my OG Pops, but you can hold that for what you've been saying.
But there's so many fans. Just get to it.
You don't do that. You can't
you
do that, man.
You have to actually spoke about your words on Bilbao because I caught what Bilbao was doing versus Rangers. Honestly, they should have actually buttered them. They just couldn't score.
Okay.
In the second one. Oh yeah, what's your thought going into that though?
The leg against Bilbao.
Yeah, because obviously you haven't spoken about it.
Horrid. Stylistically, I think it's the worst potential matchup for us. You've seen what the number 69 did. I can't pronounce his name. The Georgian player. That's it. In the first leg,
Nice.
even though he didn't end up scoring, you've seen the issues that kind of rise. We've seen it with Fofana in full view. If you just have athleticism anywhere, we struggle. This is why we struggle so much against Newcastle, for example. If you can run hard, run fast, and you have athleticism and strength, and you have powerful runners, and you're quick, and you have players who can dribble well, and players in the final third who are direct or even direct runners from deeper areas, we will struggle. I don't know so much about the
Nico Williams and Inaki.
With the former, I know the 2 wide players terrify me. Not so much on Dorgu's side because I trust Dorgu because he is one of the few players we have who has that type of athleticism and type of foot speed where I go, okay, on your side, you'll be okay. Whether it's Euro or it's heaven over that side, I trust him 110%. Same way with Maz, if it's Maz at right side and centre back. Problem is Dalot. We've seen what Fofana did. And that wasn't the first time that he did that. He struggles against that. We've seen players do, and Dalot's just not that good anyway. So two legs, we've seen him struggle. Even in the first leg, he struggled, and Maz had to go over.
Even Newcastle on the weekend against Barnes.
Newcastle, he struggles against that, and they have the 2 Williams brothers. I don't know too much about them from a central midfield aspect, and them defense.
They got guys. They got
Inaki and Nico.
They're the white players, but them the Williams brothers. But they're number 10 Sunset. I think his name's called. He didn't play the first leg. But I was looking up, and he's like their best creator in the team, and that's why they were doing a lot better in the second leg. So he's going to be good. And the ball, like they're good. The midfielders are good when it comes to keeping the ball, and obviously the centre backs. The centre backs, one of them, called Vivian, who's also supposed to be like important keeper of the team. I don't know about the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's a bit. I don't really rate the goalkeeper like that, so you can sometimes get at him. I think he's kind of weak I think personally he's weak on the ball. I think he's weak in the air. So Maguire or Euro, maybe they can do something on set pieces. But that's probably the hardest matchup that I think United probably can have for the rest of the competition, to be honest. So but again, it's like situation. You're like 2 games away from a final.
Yeah, win 2 out of 3 games and remain undefeated, and guess what? You win you win the Europa League. But Bilbao, legit scary, so but I am very, very not fearful,
Cautious.
worried, cautious, worried, fearful is too far.
Trepidatious, maybe?
Yeah, trepidatious.
Because to be fair, because
Would
it's like
trepidatious be too much?
Yeah, I would say concerned. There we go.
because the thing is because people obviously were saying to you like, oh, how Sociedad and Lyon was gonna do the mad things to United, and I was like saying
Yes.
how I think they're
Yeah.
decent teams, but they're not amazing. I feel like
Yeah.
I mean we watched them versus Roma. They look like a well coached team, and they have guys who can hurt the team as well when the opportunities arises. So I think they're from a cultural perspective, and I think I don't think players perspective, actually player perspective even. I think they're better than Sociedad and Lyon, but I think it's the cultural aspect. I think where you can clearly see the difference between Bilbao and the other two. But I don't think they're like I don't think they're ungettable though. Like I don't think they have a good. I don't think they have an amazing striker in the team. The midfield keeps the ball, but they don't necessarily have like runners. But then again, you don't have runners,
Well,
so it's kind of like the question mark. And the
it's no
defenders,
runners
they're
versus
solid
no
defense.
runners.
Yeah, and the defenders are solid. Like they have solid defenders to be fair. So I don't. Like, it's going to be a hard matchup. Like this, so I think cautious is probably the right word.
Yeah.
But you was apparently supposed to be like second favorite to the first 2 games,
We were supposed
and
to
then
get
you
packed
still
up
went
by
through.
those 2 sides. We were
Exactly.
supposed
So
to
it's
get
like you can't.
packed up by those. I remember those. Everyone's quiet now. I remember
Yeah.
people in the chats how we was getting packed up by Sociedad. Not competitive matchups. We were supposed to get packed up by
Yeah.
them. We were supposed to get packed up by Lyon. Didn't go that
Zubamendi!
way. Zubamendi this and Lacazette that and didn't deserve with all this stuff.
Zubamendi!
But people don't watch these things. But people just be chatting.
Exactly.
There's
So like, yeah, because I don't. It's just because Bilbao's been. I think they're fighting for top 4 again. They won the Copa del Rey last season. That's why they're in this competition to begin with. So now, like, I guess it's going to be interesting to see because, like I said, it's weird, man, that I'm saying this, but I want to play the better team because I don't believe we beaten United 4 times in a row.
I get that. I think it's still crazy to me. I look
4
at
times in one campaign is crazy.
Yeah, and I understand why, because De Niro mentioned about not fearing Manchester United, and I fully understand that. Why you?
Now, I don't think the thing is, I wouldn't if we were to get United, it is what it is. I wouldn't be scared, but a 4 sweep in the season is what I just think this team would just go and fumble.
But I'd
Like,
still, I still think
let's say it this way.
rather than play Bilbao at home.
Let's say it this way. I fear it's probably because I fear my own team more than I fear the other 2 teams. That's probably the problem because because I've been supporting this club for so long, and Jacob's been supporting this club for so long. We know what stupidness this team can do. Once it's like barbecue chicken, United again, easy game. We beat them 3 times already this season. I don't know enough, but who knows enough? Who knows? Like I wouldn't mind playing either teams in it, but yeah, man, it's that thought in the back of
the
my
same
head.
way you're fearful of Spurs. I am the most fearful thing. I'm the only thing I'm fearful of is Manchester United. Because I know we're capable of winning these games to win this tournament. It's a question of what Manchester United are going to show up. Are we good enough to shut teams down defensively? Yes, we've shut down teams better than the teams left in this competition defensively and done a good job. We've attacked well also when we want to. And you add in an Ahmad and a Maino in there. They're 2 of our X factors. You put a Bruno alongside it as well. You got Dorgu who can get forward. Casemiro as well. There's enough to win 2 out of 3 football matches and remain undefeated. So that's my biggest thing. But I do look at it and go, I look at this tie, the semi-final to me is Manchester United's final. I think if we beat Bilbao, we win the final, regardless of if it's Spurs or Bodo Glimt. I personally think it will be Spurs. It would be hilarious for the conversation if it wasn't you lot and you went out to Bodo Glimt, and I wouldn't expect you to, but then I didn't expect Bodo Glimt to get past Lazio. But when we played Bodo Glimt, we beat them comfortably, even though they gave us like a game. The scoreline doesn't reflect the actual game itself. Like I was like, all right, yeah, we got this 100%. Like our quality was gonna show through. I think we ended up winning. Was it 3-2, 4-2? I think that's when they went up. 1 second.
That was They went up. They went up first. I remember the game at OT, right?
Yeah, it was at OT. Yeah, it was 3-2.
Yeah, I remember the game.
So yeah, Garnacho scored early, and then they scored twice, and then Højlund scored twice. That tells you the level they're at. That Højlund's bagging a bracelet. Højlund and Garnacho are scoring against you. Last time those two jokers scored was against Leicester.
Shot. Honestly speaking, bro, like if you don't go through against Bodo Klimt, bro, the only times you're gonna see him on this channel again if it's a Q&A related to NBA stuff, NBA show. Like, bro, I'm quitting from the sport. I mean it. You guys not gonna see me on the timeline speaking about fucking football no more, bro. We cannot lose to Bodo and Klimt, bro. I told you guys, Bodo Klimt. Hey Jacob, if you heard this, man, Bodo Klimt, Notre Dame, USA, Tottenham and 5, bro. Like, this is what it should be. But yeah, man, I'm just careful of this team, of my team. I'm not scared of Bodo Klimt. I'm kind of scared of football because it is in Spain. But I'm not scared of. I
want to face a team. I know the whole beating us 4 times is tough, but I would take that over facing a team like Bilbao at home. You have to go to their place and win. I'm telling you, if I'm Spurs, I'm saying, hey, win me United. That's what I'm saying.
Either way, it's a difficult predicament, bro. Like, it's already, to me, it already feels like whatever happens, we're gonna be in a second time. Like, if it's gonna be United Spurs final, more people are probably gonna have United win them, obviously because of the whole Spursy thing. But I think ironically, it would actually help us if people already come into this game United saying we already have this trophy in the bag. Because I do think what helps the team is sometimes it's not having that pressure.
True. All the pressure is on Bilbao. All the pressure is on Bilbao.
But I think also, but I do also think if you play United in the final, both teams, because I feel like because you know how the English media perceives.
There's no pressure on us. There is definitely. I think there will be whoever you face in the final. If you do make it, there is less pressure on you. I just think there's more pressure if it is United Spurs rather than facing Bilbao, because everything is in Bilbao's favor. They're actually having a good league season. They're sat 4th in La Liga. They have a good team. The game is at home.
Yeah, worry about top 4. That's what I'd say to them. Just worry about top 4, bro.
Yeah, the game is at your home. Like, to any of us, if someone said, right, you have a one-off game against another European side, against the European side who are not one of the best sides. So second tier European competition, and it's like you're at home to win the competition. We all taking that at the start of the season. Someone said, hey, there's one game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and you have to pick a name out of a hat. You go, yeah, we got this. Even if they're a better side. So the fact that Bilbao are better than Manchester United and Spurs, they have to be. That's the added incentive. But I really do look at this as the final for us. Our semi-final is our final.
Yeah.
Our semi-final is our final. And I really think, and again, on the flip side, when Spurs fans are confident, I get it, we're terrible. I just look at Spurs and think Spurs are terrible. So it's like, it's like from both. Yeah, it cancels each other out. I can't sit here and say, I can't believe that you think you beat Manchester United. I even confident of getting past Bilbao, to be honest. I'm not. Super not confident. I don't favor us in that. And I'm not paying, because I didn't watch Sociedad or Lyon, all of my information was from other people. I've actually watched Bilbao. I said it when they played. I don't want to see them. I said it verbatim. I don't.
Yeah,
the fact that we're facing them. Yeah, like, I really don't. Like, them versus Rome was 2 great games as well. 2 very, very good games. It's a shame about the red card because from a neutral perspective, I'm not trying to see either of those two. I wasn't trying to see Bilbao. Only benefit to us, I think, is the second legs at OT. But their place is not gonna be like Sociedad or be like it was in Lyon, where the crowd is quiet. Crowd's gonna be bang up for it. I watched the Rangers highlights. Their crowd is bang up for it. It's gonna be very, very hostile. Yo, Shine, I hear you. You're my guy. You're my G. I can't believe in this team. I can't. They've had me on a roller coaster of emotions. I went through the 5 stages of grief inside like 20 minutes. You lot seen me. I went through anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance. What's the other one? There's one more I forgot about it, but you lot seen it.
Acceptance?
I know, denial. Yeah, it was denial.
Denial.
Yeah, it's denial, depression. This ain't in order, but it's denial,
anger,
bargaining, depression, acceptance. Is some form of all of that. I went through all 5. Probably apart from maybe a little bit of denial. Yeah. And yeah, you're right. Same, bro. Remember the night before we were talking about adrenaline in that NBA stream yesterday was all of that. And for those that don't know, Shine was there. So I know it was limbs. All my cousins was there as well. I know it was limbs.
Well, what's it called? Brian's comments is hilarious. He said Bodo Klimt are called the giant killers. Don't treat them lightly. But bro, nobody sees Tottenham as giants. So what the hell are we doing here?
You got a point still.
Do not say, bro. Like Lazio can be considered giants. They were undefeated. Bro, we know. As people don't take Tottenham serious most times. So we're not in giants. So like, it's just two clubs. One club is just ass at this season in the Premier League, and the other team is maybe doing well in Norway. But yeah, like ironically, some people may say they're beating the better team out of Frankfurt, Lazio. So it's the funny part, isn't it? Obviously, I'm not going to be shameless and say we shouldn't beat them, but like I said, we know some giant. We know some giants like Roma when they took them out, or when they just took Lazio out, for example. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Like,
Steve can hold up.
Yeah, Steve can definitely hold that, and that's what it is, Shai. Like, I just don't trust his team because it's two ties
It's literally us.
our ties should have been. We should have killed our last two ties long before they got to it.
Yeah.
Like the Sociedad game should have been dead by the time it came over here. The Lyon game should have been dead by the time it came over here. It should have been dead 45 minutes in, yet we gave those two life. I think eventually that catches up with you. And Bilbao are better than those two. I don't know about their striker, but they have the two wingers who are going to cause problems. And they are going to be bang up for it. And they play at a fast tempo. And they have athleticism and running power and all of these things we struggle with. Trust me, Shine. I want to be wrong, Shine. I'm not even arguing you down. I'm just giving my reasons as to why I'm not confident whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just.
That makes sense because it's literally us and White. It's literally us and White.
Where we could be 2 points off the. Where are we at? Like 3 points off the 17th currently or something dumb shit.
Yeah, bro, it's super close. Like if we both lose on the weekend and I think Wolves win and West Ham win, yeah, then I think Tottenham would be like 17th and United would be like 16th. I think.
Yeah, man. Like I'm looking here, we 14th. We are literally 3 points off 17th right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro.
Disgusting behavior.
It's actually crazy.
Wolves can't leapfrog us because their goal difference is terrible. Unless they can leapfrog you lot if they win and you lot don't. And don't win. But if you lot draw, they won't go above either of us. But this is horrible. This is horrible. And who West Ham actually playing? Who they got?
Let me check.
Southampton, so they gonna win that. West Ham,
they're gonna win. They're gonna win. And I think Wolves play also. Wolves been on good form as well, so that's probably
they won.
Okay.
Yeah, they play us.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. We're probably gonna, because I think we play Nottingham Forest, so we're gonna lose, and we're probably gonna rotate that game as well.
Yeah. And to see Seedorf says it's unacceptable. People making excuses for Amorim because that's what people do for managers they like. Seedorf, we've been here with Ten Hag. We've been here with Oli. This is just the same thing over and over again. I'm sure Seedorf, I don't know how old you are, but I'm sure you're old enough to have seen a few managers now at Manchester United and seen the similarities in the conversations. The same people, well, some of the same people who are making excuses for Ten Hag are now making excuses for Amorim. Me, I make zero excuses for anybody. I give my reasoning. If anyone's Amorim out, I fully understand and I'm not going to argue you down. My thing is, I want these players gone first. If he goes with the players, cool. No issues with that. If we win the Europa League and they say, hey, we getting rid of everybody, I go, all right, cool. But what's the plan? What is the plan? That's where I'm at. Even if Amorim does what Jacob mentioned in a press conference after winning the Europa League, he goes, you know what? This ain't for me, or you all doubted me. Kiss my Portuguese ass. I won the Europa League. I'm resigning, drops the mic and then bounces. If he does that, I go, all right, cool. No problem whatsoever. But what's the plan? I don't feel like my board is meticulous with their approach to this. I really, really don't. Like, what is their plan? So, yeah. And yeah, Lewis is more so on the owners, but I didn't want any of us in the first place. But I'm also on the players because we get a new manager and you know what happens? Blanks, fresh starts, fresh starts. What's the word? Blank song.
Clean slate.
Yeah, that's it. Clean slate. I don't know. I was thinking blank. That's it. Fresh start. Thank you, Jess. Fresh start. Clean slates for everybody. Fuck that. Tired of it. No more clean slates, no more fresh starts, no more remontadas, no more second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd, 34th, 35th, 36th, 37th, 38th, 39th, 40th, 41st, 42nd, 43rd, 44th chances for these, man. I'm tired. Tired of it. All
Sounds
these
like
damn
Tottenham.
chances, more chances than fucking Monopoly. I'm tired of it with these lot. Tired.
Sounds like
What can
Tottenham,
such and
literally.
such do? Yeah, what can such and such do in the new system under such and such? Remontada, fresh start, breath of fresh air. Fuck that. Tired of it. Move the manager to a side, these players, get them gone. Then you deal with whatever's left after that. And if they decide, hey, the manager's not good enough, cool. Infinite chance, 0 more chances for anybody prime. And that's excluding, or someone goes, what about such and such? Obviously, I'm not talking youth players. I'm not talking the players who just got here. And I'm not talking Abada or Mano. The rest can cut. Treat it like bingo. Pick a number and he can go. 0 issue with anybody leaving. I'm not fighting whether they win me a Europa League or not. Whether they win me 3 trophies in 3 years. You know why? Because the Manchester United is bigger than that. One, it's not the major trophies. It's not like they brought me 2 Premier Leagues in the Champions League. I'm talking a whole different tune. It's a whole different conversation. It's FA Cup, League Cup, and Europa League. Respectfully, we're not Newcastle. Respectfully, we're not Palace. Respectfully, we're not Villa or Brighton or Brentford or Fulham. If a manager did that for one of those 2 teams I just mentioned, they'd build 2 statues of him outside the ground and one outside the stadium, and they probably rename the train station in the center after him. If they won 3 trophies in 30 years at one of those clubs, it wouldn't be Newcastle train station. That would be Eddie Howe train station. In Brighton, it wouldn't be. I can't remember their manager. What's their manager's name, Jess?
Herzler.
Yeah, Herzler. It wouldn't be Brighton. It wouldn't be Brighton Pier. Yeah, it'd be Fabio Herzler Pier. But respectfully, we're Manchester United. Like, I'm not with let's not do that, please. And act like we haven't, like there isn't statues outside for those that have been lucky enough to go to OT. There's statues of greats outside Manchester United. And it wasn't for no FA Cup, League Cup, or Europa League, I'll tell you that much. There's no one with a statue or no one. They've moved it now, but they used to have pictures of all the legends, many of the legends. Guess what? None of them were for FA Cup, League Cups, or Europa Leagues, respectfully. It's different here. We're not one of the biggest clubs in the world to be moving crazy because, yes, we thank you for your services and what you did for the club. Now you can leave on a high. And that's where I'm at. If we're in the Champions League final, I'm talking a whole different conversation. It's Europa League. It's the second tier European competition. Please. You know what I'm saying in that? Please. What are we
This is the only part about this because, like, obviously it's a different club talking about it. Dortmund's obviously not the biggest. It's not in the same stature as United in any sort of ways. But even Dortmund let their manager go after getting to a UCL final, which wasn't even expected because they understood how bad it was. Big up, Jacob.
Yeah, no stress. It's all good, Jacob. Do your thing. You lot, make sure you subscribe. I don't know if you can get on camera if anything you want to say or get on mic, Jacob. But you lot subscribe to Jacob's channel, United Spurs of America. The link is in the title. Yeah, man. No stress. You on mute, fam? You on mute?
Thank you for having me, first and foremost.
Anytime.
When you said if there's anything else you want to say, I had to rush back on camera because there is something else I want to say. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. And if you don't know the reference, well, it could be Sopranos. It could be The Godfather. You choose. But either way, I love me some Tottenham Hotspur. I love proving people wrong. And if Ainge can continue to do that, that will be fantastic. Just like if y'all could continue to hit the freaking like button and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV, that'll be fantastic as well. So thanks for having me. My computer's bugging out at the perfect time here too. So
good we can hear you clearly.
Big up, y'all. And we'll see you in Bilbao.
Oh, hey, 2 more games, man. 2 more games.
Hey, wait, what is it? Alhamdulillah. No, wait. Inshallah, we will be there.
Yeah, inshallah, yeah.
Inshallah, we will be there. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on. Well, it's hilarious because did you see the video of Zaid when the last goal was scored and by McGuire? Just no, I can't obviously see he was just celebrating, but bro, it kind of looks like he's bugging somebody who's done this shit.
Yeah. Speed out here,
Oh
Wiley.
shit.
Saeed,
No,
man.
can I? Bro, yeah, I can't. He should. You would have probably. Well, you would have definitely done better if he just fell off the shell or something.
Yeah.
Nah, that was hilarious. But
Emotional.
nah, like, but what you
But
said
like,
was right. Isn't it? But
yeah,
what you
and
said
that's
was
what
right
it is.
because
It's like I'm no more clean slates again. If you tell me, all right, these players are leaving and the manager's leaving, cool. I have no attachment to anybody here. Because no one's done anything major, of course. There's potential. Like I said, I like the players we brought in the last summer. I like the players we brought in January. Cool. Maino Ahmad, talents, without doubt. But outside of that, there's a reason we are now on this. This will be now 3 years in 4. Manchester United have had their worst ever Premier League campaign. Hear what I'm saying, people. This will be the 3rd year out of 4 that Manchester United are on for their worst ever Premier League campaign. So we broke the record initially. Then I had a good season under Ten Hag. We broke the record last season and we're about to break it again. No, I don't want these players in a FA Cup and a League Cup and a Europa League doesn't make up for that. That doesn't make up for terrible league form. Like, people say, oh, you're being greedy. Yes, 100%. Like, for my football, I'm not saying go win the Premier League. I'm just saying be a competent unit and perform better. Our stats are absolutely despicable in the Premier League. It's disgusting. And everybody has to be held accountable. Therefore, heads have to roll.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but that's the thing though. Like being greedy is what gets you. But being greedy is what gets you to the top.
Yes.
Like, you don't get to the top without having the greediness of wanting to win, and then once you win, you want to win more. Like winning shouldn't, like, if you're in a situation where you win, it shouldn't be okay. Let's enjoy this forever. Now it's like, what can we do next season? Because like,
yes,
especially
it's
for a club
hunger.
like Man
It's a hunger for more. The way
Yeah,
the same you lot who have your favorite content creators who watch, you think they're hungry for more. They don't reach. Saeed just reached 150K. Guess what? Hungry for more. Rance is on a plus 100K. Guess what? Man ain't gonna rest on his laurels. Same with Gunnar. Troops is at 300 or 350. His aim is 400, 500. And when he gets to 500,000, you think he's gonna stop and go, all right, now I'm gonna chill. That's enough. Or you think he's gonna invest more time, more effort, more energy, and more money to do his thing? Smaller content creators, even the likes of Jacob, you think Jacob's not going to invest more and doesn't want more and doesn't. He could easily just rest on his laurels. I'm not going to stream again. But people expect more from their content creators than they do their football club. Multi-millionaires. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And the manager also saying his foolishness about it's time to rest players for the Europa League. We're going to give youth players more minutes in the Prem. Why haven't you been doing this in the first place? Will you wait? I don't even know if we can mathematically get relegated. Will you really? If we mathematically couldn't get relegated, is that really where you was at? Which is nonsense.
I think it's literally because Ipswich is on 31, that is on 38. Although I think Ipswich can get 18 points off these. Oh, let me do the math real quick.
Yeah.
Well, Ipswich loses on the weekend, they can't officially get relegated.
Yeah, like, were you waiting for that? Like, why not? We were never going to get relegated. We were never getting back into Europe. Why not try the youth players and see who might be able to help you in Europe? Maybe you stumble across something for multiple reasons. 1, someone who can help you further in the league. 2, someone that can help you in the Europa League. And 3, next season, maybe you find a player who can help you in the FA Cup, the League Cup, whatever European, if we're in the Champions League or not, and also in the Premier League. Maybe that saves you some money. Maybe you're looking at area and going, I actually don't need to spend there for this summer because I trust this player. Let's see how he does. All right, I'm looking at, for example, I'm looking for 3 central midfielders. I'm just throwing out numbers there. And then we play 1 youngster or 2 youngsters who are central midfielders, and you go, hey, you know what? He's actually decent. I'm not going to sign 3. I'm going to sign 2 for now. And let's see how he develops him as a squad player. Right, I wanted 2 strikers. He's actually been a decent striker, Cheeto. Okay, let me sign a striker and have Cheeto as backup and see how it goes. I got Xerxes there as well, who can also play. So let him be there. Why not? Same with wingbacks. Like, Amas has played now. He's done fine. You should have done it. I agree, Shine 4. You should have done that against Newcastle. We're always going to get done. Facts. 100%. Facts.
But then it kind of begs the question, though, because I know you're doing the City show, but it kind of begs the question then in terms of, like, because now I was talking about in the I think in future or backstage at some point talking about how you already know you're not gonna get sacked, and what you currently doing isn't actually necessarily good either. So it's like, what's this whole thing of being so safe about these
Safe.
things, because it's too safe. And I'll be honest, you can't be a Manchester United. Like you can barely be a Tottenham manager and be safe.
Can't be a manager
Imagine
at a
doing it
top level and be safe. I don't think you can be successful in life at anything at the highest level
at a
and
high
be safe.
level. Yeah.
Anything.
And this is what and this is like, and I know the team is terrible, and obviously I agree with you in terms of how the players have to go. But I feel like if you trying to be safe, it reflected also on the team as well, in terms of what you're trying to do. Obviously, so that's why I hear you in the same prefer. Like, if as long as all these players go, even if it means the manager goes, it's fine. I heard that because it's like, why are you acting so safe when you know the job is not gonna be gone?
You secure? You know you're good till summer at least. You'll play 7 defensive players and then we don't even defend well.
That's the thing,
Doesn't
innit?
make
So it's
sense.
like, because you wasted a lot of people's time, and even though you put yourself even more under pressure, in my opinion, with this, because I do think he's a good manager, but I think him being staying cautious with the fact that you're not gonna get sacked is what's costing them a lot.
Yeah. And to Shine, he says, only thing I can think that he doesn't feel fully comfortable in the job. And that's a concern. Shine, if you don't decide what they going to do, sack me. That's how I'd be looking at it. I'm like, these lot ain't going to sack me. Look at my results. But maybe he's not comfortable in regards to the criticism he's receiving and the magnitude of the job, which I also hear. But this 7, just go for it, play youth players. I would have much less criticism for him. I keep saying this. I'd have much less criticism for him if he actually experimented and got things wrong. Try more things. Hey, you know what? Delo don't work at wing back. Try a different right wing back. Maguire and Lindelof at central centre back don't work. Try Yoro, Heaven, and Mazarari since De Ligt's injured. Why not? Worst case scenario, we lose anyway. Put Heaven out there, put Yoro out there, and try Maz out there. Maybe Yoro turns out to be a better central centre back than he is left side or right side. Maybe he's horrible. Guess what? Then he's just like Maguire or Lindelof. What are we doing? Nonsense. Absolute foolishness. Same with midfield where we've struggled. Hey, you know what? Let me try and pick someone who's actually a progressive baller in there. You can get on the ball and play the ball through the lines. Worst case scenario, he's as bad as Agate, Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno in there. Not that they've all been bad. Yeah, can't fathom so many defensive players will be conceding so many goals. It's crazy, Shine. But yo, Jez, anything you want to add before we close out? Big up Barca Reacts, big up Giannis as well.
My big about the reacts now. It's just super glad that we are through something, and the season is not over. So guys, you guys gonna still see me on this show. Just please just do what has to be done, man, and be Ball Club, man. Just 3 games away from our trophy. 3 games away from a trophy, man. All I have to say.
That's it. And yeah, people, we're going to redirect. Just mentioned it to the United City show. Veta just messaged me there. So we'll be going live over there, talking more things Manchester United, more in depth over there. So obviously we've got what Spurs to have their set. Well, I want to hear from the Spurs lot in regards to Spurs getting through as well, because that can't just be overlooked. And of course, City, they're chasing top 4 in the league to get into the Champions League. And let's hear what Vega's got to say, because I haven't spoke to him in a couple of weeks. That's why, and because of the NBA and how the midweek games have been, that's why last week you didn't get a United City show, and that's why this week, people, you didn't get a United Chelsea show. So I'm trying to fathom and pattern where to put this show, where to put the Chelsea show, etc., etc. But we'll be back to some form of normality anyway. But NBA's on at funny times over the weekend, but we'll be sorting it out. And yeah, man, United getting through on Football Heritage again. We got through, man. That's the main thing. But we are indeed going to close out. But before we do, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Jacob's channel, United Spurs of America. Links in the title. It's road to 15K here. And don't forget, I'm going to update it, people, because I did a deal with the Spotify, and I was trying to work things out. It hasn't worked out. So we'll be going back to audio only across all platforms, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. I'll be updating that tonight, so I've got some work to do. But yeah, this show, all the other shows you see on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, and the gaming content is all available on all audio platforms. So if you're on Spotify, follow us, 5-stars. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcasts, same with SoundCloud, and anywhere else, people. So big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. We're redirecting over to the Man United, Man City pod, Manchester United, Manchester City podcast. But yes, people, this has been the Manchester United Tottenham Hotspur podcast. Man United pod meets Talking That Tottenham Talk pod live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you in 2 minutes on the United City Show.